And we are live. What's good, everybody? AB Media 83 here. And yeah, I was a misprint, but it's not. Today we're going to be talking about the possibility of World War III. Once again, I wish that was a misprint, but it's not. Um, for those of you who haven't heard, President Joe Biden has pledged military support for Israel. So this is not good. Keep in mind, we are already running out low on funds trying to fund the proxy war in Ukraine and Russia. But now Joe Biden, in his infinite so-called wisdom, wants us to get into a real war, help along with Israel with Hezbollah, aka Iran, aka once the players get involved, World War III. So this is where we're at now, folks. Um, yes, I am worried. Also, I just heard that some of our military bases have been attacked in Iraq, and another place that is leaving my mind right now by allegedly Hezbollah. So we're on the edge of World War III. Believe me, I wish it wasn't so, but it looks like that's where we're at right now. And like I said before, I'm worried that this is going to get out of hand, and and we're going to end up in another world war. Keep in mind, we're not the only nuclear power with nuclear weapons. So if you never played the Fallout series, and that's only a fantasized interpretation, you do not want nuclear powers going at each other and those bombs hitting. You do not want that whatsoever. But this is where our so-called leaders are pushing us towards. For those of you just coming in, like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, and support the show. Joe Biden has pledged support for Israel if Hezbollah attacks. Also, they vetoed the UN resolution for peace talks in the Gaza Strip so that humanitarian aid could get through. And they vetoed it because for excuse me, I'm trying to get my thoughts out, because they condemned both sides for the violence over there in the Gaza Strip, and which is rightfully so, because Israel has been occupying, has been pretty much terrorizing Palestinians for 20 plus years now, but nobody wants to talk about it. And now, from the looks of it, they're trying to exile the remaining Palestinians, almost 2 million people, and they haven't put boots on the ground yet, but they haven't started peace talks either. And Hamas themselves said that they would release the hostages if Israel would stop bombing the Gaza Strip. So, as much as I hate to say it, it looks like we're headed toward World War III. And if you're not a Christian, I suggest you pray to your God of your understanding. And this is not looking good at all. Also, I just read an article that apparently there's some people in the State Department that do not agree with the direction that the Biden administration is going in, and allegedly something BGS stated earlier that they haven't been listening to the experts. It's true. If BGS, you're listening, they allegedly it's true. Well, what you said, you were right again. It's been reported that Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, and them have not been listening to the experts, especially when it comes to Israel. Oh, did I forget to mention? Joe Biden is also demanding that we spend $100 billion, 10 billion on Israel. I believe it's 60 billion on Ukraine. Yeah, that's right. He wants to spend 60 billion on Ukraine and other endeavors in the region. Yet, right here, right now, we have a growing homeless population, highest inflation in 40 years, high gas prices, but according to disingenuous people like economists like Paul Krugman, but the economy's doing great, right? What's going on, Jay Moore? But yeah, we're in a World War III situation right now, folks, and I'm worried. Now, as far as local politics, United States politics, more or less, they did not have another vote for speaker today. From what I've heard, they're going to temporary speaker. They're making the temporary speaker the kind of the semi-permanent speaker for now. He's going to have the power of the normal speaker, and I guess that's how they're going to get stuff done now. But it's a little early in the stream, but if anybody wants to come up here and talk to me about this, one second. There's the link. You can come up here and talk to me about this, but we got a clusterfuck going on right now in the Middle East, and need to keep on our keep our eyes and our ears open. It's unfortunately it looks like they're headed toward war, and it's a scary thought. But I covered what I thought about Jada Pinkett and all her mess. Will Smith can defend himself, and I'm not getting into all that. But I think this story is a little bit more important. But yeah, it looks like the administration is headed toward World War III, and I'm worried about it. But for those of you just coming in, like, share, subscribe. If you like the content you're hearing, hit the Cash App and support. For those of you just coming in, Joe Biden has pledged our military to help Israel if Hezbollah attacks. Now, bear in mind, our military is at a very weak point. We're still throwing everything we can at Ukraine. At the same time, we're still throwing everything we can at Ukraine. Plus, don't forget, we spent 20 years, 20 plus years in Iraq and Afghanistan. What up?
What's up, AB? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Mm. Dude, this stuff is getting out of control, and it's getting scary out here, man. Just
Yeah,
looking
I
at this
know.
stuff
Like I said, I'm worried that these knuckleheads are going to start World War III, and we got a senile president on top of
e-
that.
exactly. Dude, I just snapped on one of my family members a little bit, because of that bombing that happened on the hospital in Gaza and stuff. He's like, "It's Gaza people doing?" Like, dude, stop. Are you a dumbass? Like, I'm calling out, like, trying to like explain, like, dude, they're leading us back into another. They're clearly gaslighting us, like 9/11 all over again,
Yes,
and like we're not in the same time anymore to be playing this shit. It's going too far.
yeah, we're in no condition to fight a World War III type of situation. See,
Hmm.
see, see, you have to understand. We've lost about what 5,000 soldiers in the Iraq and slash Afghanistan war. Five to
Hmm.
6,000 soldiers. You have to understand the kind of the scale of war World War II was on. It
It was
wasn't in, it wasn't
hundreds,
counted in
hundred
the
thousands, or
thousands.
millions.
It
Mm.
wasn't counted in the thousands. It was counted in the millions.
Oh,
12 million people. Are y'all prepared for all you knuckleheads who voted for Joe Biden? Said that Trump's gonna lead us to World War III. What y'all got to say now?
I was wrong.
Mhm,
I
mhm. Well,
was so fucking
whoever's
wrong.
up front, look, I get it. Trump's an asshole. I get it. I get it. But you know, I can understand. I understand if you voted for Biden, it is what it is, and don't feel bad. I have to admit to the fact I voted for Hillary Clinton, and I still can't get that stitch out of my nose.
Same, bro. This thing is like I fell for the propaganda and I was younger, so I like, I was just coming into my own and not knowing what I didn't know now. And now when I'm, older and stuff, I'm looking like, God damn it, man, I voted for a devil. Like I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know half of this stuff about Joe Biden. They ain't tell no truth about it and stuff. And then I'm just
Oh
coming
yeah.
into it.
Joe Biden is an old fashioned Dixie crack.
Hmm. I
Y'all
didn't know
complain
he made
about
a 94 crime bill or anything until like afterwards. I'm like, wait, what? He did that?
oh no, he went
You good? Are you there?
so yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah, Joe. They talk about Trump being a racist. I laugh when people say Trump's a racist. I'm like, so what's the
Yeah,
difference between him and the last 45 presidents we had?
exactly. At least Trump give a damn more about the damn America than this asshole does, or the people more than this asshole does. Like,
And you know what the scary part is?
mm,
Let's
what?
face it, Trump was born. Look. I don't deny Trump's negatives. Trump is an asshole, and he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. What does it say that he cares more about the American people than our politicians do? What does that say? What does that say about our politicians?
Exactly.
And that's scary.
Hmm.
You know how many brothers I heard like man, I was making bank under Trump. But since Biden got in office, oh man.
Everything's going to shit, man. In a handbasket, like my mama said.
Yeah, Charles, if you have time, I would like you to come up, please. I'll put the well, yeah, give me a second. I probably have to email the link to him.
Mm. But
Give
man,
me a second, Charles. I'll email the link to you.
I already had to, like I said, I was calling my he's my uncle and stuff. I called him a dumbass. He's like, I don't like how you talking to me, but you're still a dumbass though. Like, it's why you believe in the propaganda? Do you not see this stuff?
Yeah, these oh, we support Israel. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Dude, and that's another.
And that's the funny part. The people of Israel don't support their own government right now.
Exactly.
They want Netanyahu out after this
Exactly.
war.
And they want, and dude, they, what I'm finding out too, a lot of people over in Israel, they're saying they want this stuff to stop in general. They didn't want this shit to go this far,
Right.
and it's just their government keep pushing it.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I gotta send an email. Hopefully it won't kick me out.
Do your thing, do your thing.
But yeah, I'm worried, man. I'm praying these knuckleheads don't start World War III.
Mm. I'm already about to just go grab me a blunt or something soon. Like, this is getting to me right now. I haven't been this stressed out in a long time now. Like, I'm really seeing all this thing, like the dominoes falling. I'm like, I really hope it doesn't go to that way. I really hope it doesn't. But
Yeah,
who knows, man? Who really knows?
yeah. I'm just let's see. Got somebody in the back, so we got it. Cool. What's going on, Sergeant?
What's up?
Hey, Charles.
What's up?
Talking about geopolitics, I think these knuckleheads are trying to get us into World War III.
Oh, they're trying to. Well, they said World War III is going to be different. I call it the War III. It's the war of the races, the war of the state versus the citizens, and the war of religion.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, what is Israel and Hamas? A war of religion.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Do we still have war issues about race? Do we still have issues with the people versus the state? Think about it. There's a reason why these states don't want you to carry a gun, and they'll make tougher gun laws for citizens, but criminals don't care.
Yep.
Well, think about it. I gotta wait for you to call somebody if they get called while somebody's actively shooting me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Charles, you understand in New York State right now, they just changed the law now, like saying that now I got to get a background check to get semi-automatic any semi-automatic weapons in general, like, and especially rifles or anything. Like, you have to get bolt action stuff. I'm like, are you, what? Oh, you just know what you're doing. Like, I could see it. They just they know that what they're doing is basically trying to limit you from getting any type of weapons to protect yourself and slow you down.
And you got to think about it. If the government is supposed to protect you, how's that working?
Like a goddamn nightmare.
Yep. But I've been trying to follow the news all day. It does not look good.
I mean, Israel, I know people don't like to hear it, but Israel has done atrocities themselves. Let's put it out there.
Yeah.
Look
From
what they've
day
done.
one.
Look what they've done to the Palestinians. Look what they've done to Ethiopian Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
But if you call it out, you're anti-Semite.
let's look at the word Semite, right? I probably got more Semitic blood in my veins than the average Israeli do.
Exactly.
Oh yes, oh yes. That's a whole nother story.
So
They don't
how
want
am I gonna be anti me? Throughout
Exactly.
history, you know how many people said, wait a minute, you left black, but you came bare white.
Yeah.
And
Somehow magically, they switch colors, but you know that's not what people are thinking. Unfortunately, they're thinking, oh, this is the book, this is the Israel, the Bible. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, right. Even the Israel people is saying that this is not about the goddamn Bible or anything. This is that nothing. They're just using it as an
Actually,
excuse.
to be fair to their credit, some of them are coming out and admitting, yeah, we're not the original. So to their credit, so it's not just us anymore.
and it has to, because you can't hide history.
Right.
And you're, as soon as you're trying to wind down Ukraine. Here it is, because economically the world's in a shit show, and we're gonna make people forget because we need to stand with Israel, even though
Right.
how many Israelis stand with our plights?
Oh,
Uh,
it's deeper than that, Charles. How many? They don't even like Netanyahu right now.
nah,
Yeah, they were on the verge of like a civil war before this whole entire thing popped off.
Yeah, Netanyahu was in serious trouble before this popped off.
why did I tell people you can't fail that badly unless purposely?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And when Netanyahu, who has an axe to grind against Hamas, because his brother was the only Israeli killed during, I think it was the Yom Kippur War,
Mm-hmm.
and he had an axe to grind since. I mean, he's been prime minister 3 times,
Yep.
and if you notice, every time he's prime minister, what do you notice?
Warmongering happens.
Pretty much. A lot
And
of bombings and shit happens.
I told BGS when I was younger, I used to ask my mom about him, and she always came back with one word: warmonger.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think of who was Boutros Ghali, one of the prime ministers. It's something when you actually take the time to research some of these people. And I've said, when you look at something and you want to investigate, see who loses and see who gains something.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at it as an ugly hit of state, the best way for me to gain popularity is what? Be the hero of war.
Yeah. And the funny part is that allegedly, all this rhetoric ain't working for him because they get the Israelis are going in the opposite direction
Yeah.
from the reporting. So,
And then how do you fucking get a ragtag group of people like Hamas to override the fucking Iron Dome?
Exactly. Do all some G.I. Joe shit.
I told
well,
you. Did you go look at the intro?
I
to
did.
G.I. Joe
I
the
did.
movie?
I did. I was looking at it and I was like, God damn. Charles was right.
You probably was like, God damn, that nigga's right.
20 watching, like, share, subscribe, and hit the Cash App because y'all getting some insider stuff. Well, not only that, Egypt warned them. The U.S.
Mhm.
warned them, and they still let it happen.
Jordan,
And Libya
Egypt,
warned
Jordan,
me too. Not Libya.
Egypt,
What was it?
Egypt, Jordan,
There it goes.
Jordan, and I think probably U.S. warned them or something like this. And you gotta understand something. You're the most sophisticated war horse in the Middle East. The most sophisticated intelligence. I refuse to sit there on my ass and say, we didn't know this shit. Bullshit.
And, one other thing I want to say too is like the part that's really pissing me off is a lot of these damn civilians. They're the ones that's trying to push this thing to keep on going, and I'm like, dude, you go and fight. You go. You guys talking all this goddamn shit. How about you sign up and go? You go.
Yep.
Stop trying to get us to go do this shit. What is wrong with you people?
And
then by the time they tell you sorry, it's already too late.
you can correct me if I'm wrong, Charles. Is our military in any shape to fight World War III?
No.
I'm asking Charles because he's a vet. So
Me too. No.
My bad. My apologies, sir. But they already had if I'm not mistaken, they already have recruitment problems. But you want to start World War III, right? You think it's a bright idea to start World War III right now?
They're gonna draft. And
yeah, there's a scare on TikTok. They're gonna draft women too.
Mm-hmm.
They should be the first ones since they claim they're equal.
Exactly.
Why do we have to go? Bitch, I said, get your ass to that rifle and get the fuck out there.
Exactly. Go be a Russian chick. They were fighting out there in World War II. You better go. You better join.
But
Because
that's
y'all
why I
just a
tell
part
you.
of this.
I forgot about that. They did have spies and stuff. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
not no, it was not just spies. They were fighting in there. There were snipers and all that shit too.
Oh, really?
Snipers. One of the
Hmm
best snipers in World War II was a Russian female who was friends with
Mhm.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
She was a badass, but
I
she
mean,
came
but
back fucked up.
yeah, she was really, really drunk. Stereotypical Russian shit. And
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, see, the women of our country are very spoiled. They want to talk about
Most
the
of them are famous.
patriarchy, but they want to talk about the patriarchy until they need protection. Then they want to be docile women.
Yep.
Let the environment go. Like I tell people, I'm not going to sit there and convince no woman about anything. All I got to do is say, I'm going to let real life handle it.
Yeah.
We're
Let
ready.
them find out.
We're ready to comply now. Oh, fuck you. Like, when you really think about this on an integral part, who actually benefits? And I'm gonna tell you, governments of the world are trying to fucking finagle people into believing this bullshit.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And when you have force, I mean, think about it. Your male population is softer than Toll House cookies, and this is what
Unfortunately.
you get. This is what you get. Everybody's looking for Superman, and he's saying "fuck you."
Hmm
Yeah. But as I said earlier, y'all better pray this doesn't pop off because World War III is not what people think it's going to be. It's not going to be preachers and cream.
Man. People don't even. A lot of countries are not believing in the other country's ideology like they did in World War II. It's the fact of the matter is that everybody's trying to consolidate their power. That's what
Yeah.
everybody's trying to do. They're trying to consolidate power. They're trying to hold on to what they got. And basically, what it comes down to it is that you're gonna you're gonna see a lot of shit pop off. Like, you really think Ukraine is winning against Russia? No.
No, they lost so much
Nope.
land, and they're cheering for like a football field worth of land that they gained back. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
I
on top
mean,
of the fact Joe Biden wants to give him $60 billion more
yeah,
to keep losing that war.
like, here's the funny part. You have how many billions have you given to the homeless of your country?
Not a goddamn cent.
How much
Nope.
billions did you
None.
give to education? But we're
Not a
supposed to help
goddamn
every
cent.
other,
Mhm.
you know,
Well,
it's
here's something for you guys. How come there's still war veterans on the street?
That's
All
what.
this
That's the
money
other
y'all
thing that
giving
gets me so pissed off every single
even
time I
though
look around.
even though it's a federal act that you're not supposed to have homeless veterans. It's a federal act. Like, you're not supposed to have homeless veterans. So a lot of the stupidity, they keep giving money to Ukraine. Yeah, keep fighting Russia. Keep fighting Russia. What's going to happen when Taiwan gets invaded? They will.
Mm.
We're not jumping it. We're going to go over there into their mainland where they can just manufacture shit left and right.
Yep.
And we're going to go travel over there, which is a logistics nightmare, and go help out Taiwan. How about, tell everybody like they've been telling us, hold your own damn nuts.
Mhm.
Like, we need
Yeah.
guns. Like, first and foremost, you put a fucking proxy guy as president of Ukraine. I'll tell you, this shit's so.
And dude, my whole thing that's really pissing me off because these dudes are trying to get us into this goddamn war. They're trying to is like they're basically gonna get my little brothers caught up into this stuff. Like, I don't want them going. I don't. No, I refuse. Like I already said to my brothers, like if shit do pop off, I'm driving my ass back to Brooklyn, go pick up some of them, and I'm taking them with me. We're not doing. They're not going. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this place at this point.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good. I'm hoping cooler heads prevail, but unfortunately, I just read an article. Allegedly, they're not listening to the experts. BGS was right. Unfortunately, he said that a while back. They're not listening to the experts right now.
Clearly, because an expert would have told us to like stop already.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, what's the fucking purpose? What do you get out of this? I mean, you got Biden, who's not in the right frame of mind. Kamala couldn't run a fucking. She couldn't run a fucking pair of pantyhose. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, and the knuckleheads of Congress ain't much better. They still don't have a speaker.
Like they really need one. They could get the work done. They're just using it as a fucking excuse.
What else is there?
Everything they're doing is delay working.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a real plan for the American people. We're delayed.
Yeah, and that's both parties. What Democrats get in office? What's their excuse, Charles? But the Republicans. But the Republicans.
If a black person blindly goes and votes for Democrats, I'm gonna look at you very. I'm gonna judge their intelligence at this point.
Exactly. That's why I'm just calling people straight up dumbasses at this point. I don't hold back anymore. I'm just your dumbass.
I don't look at you as very bright if you're just gonna blindly vote for these motherfuckers. Because a vote for Democratic Party is a vote for black women, and it's a vote against you.
Right. Well, ironically enough, allegedly, folk in Louisiana have been listening because the Republican won.
Mm-hmm. I just heard about that too.
I forget the dude's name, but yeah, he won big, and allegedly it's because Democrats didn't have anybody turn out.
Mm-hmm.
And then people get
people didn't want to vote for him after they ran the state for 8 years. Gee, I wonder why.
I mean, look what happened with Stacey Abrams. We lost bigger second time around. Everybody's tired of these liberal policies, man. And I'm like, look, you got to come up with something better. Don't give me every time you give somebody substantial laws and shit, but yet we got to get something ceremonial. You got a black female, or I think she's black. She's sort of kind of like a fourth black vice president. What does that do for us? Well, it gives us a sense of pride. But yet, we still in poverty. Everywhere you look in the black community is impoverished. Why? They're just backwards as fuck, man. You got your single mother, your fucking kids are wild. Now Baltimore wants to curb the youth gun violence. What the fuck is youth gun violence? Now they're trying to blame the Supreme Court for dropping the Bruen case in New York. Well, more people bringing guns in there. No. The reason why you have guns on the street is because you have illegal guns on the street. You have a lot of people. Nobody wants to talk about the illegals who smuggle fucking guns, drugs into your fucking neighborhoods, into your country. Nobody wants to talk about your port cities, which smuggle more shit in. But somehow, the rise of gun violence is because you have more gun owners. Get the fuck out of here.
And now also she's also making you have to go get what's it called, another ID or whatever fuck to try to 3D printers too. She's trying to make you get that stuff for 3D printers because 3D printer guns are running loose too. I'm like, because you could build 3D printed guns too. I'm like, I already said it like on the what's it called, BGS behind the wall the other day. I was like, she just knows that she deserves a round in the head. She knows it's coming. Like this, she knows what's going on, man. And now she's trying to make it very illegal completely.
Here's the thing about it. A lot of shit they're doing is actually unconstitutional. And number two,
Hmm
3D printer guns, you're lucky to get one bullet out. There's a reason why you don't 3D print guns.
Because it's not gonna work so well. Yeah, it's really like a prison gun.
You might get one shot, I doubt it.
Hmm
And it's more dangerous to the motherfucker shooting it than who you pointed at.
Exactly.
Like these ghost guns, notice they coming out like here it is, right? Notice your politicians, they all say the same thing. Well, this 30-round clip, or hey, like, have you ever shot a gun? Well, no. They talked about the butt stock and said, well, this could make a gun shoot 1,500 rounds per second. No, it doesn't. That's a butt stock, sir. That has nothing to do with the mechanics of the gun.
And they were getting rid of the what's it called? Like some of the vets that got loss of arm and stuff. Like they made that the grip for them and everything for the gun. They're getting rid of that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
the
a minute,
bird.
y'all. Y'all hit the cash app and support the show. These guys are these guys are gun experts. I'm not.
Yeah,
These two are gun experts. I'm not.
you're talking about the pistol brace. And I'm
Hmm
like, well, the pistol, what's the difference between the pistol brace and the stock? And it's funny because, well, if you take it off, well, if I take the pistol brace off, is the gun still going to operate?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So what are you really doing? And this is supposed to be the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms experts. It does nothing to the gun.
It's just to help him like stabilize the damn gun for him. That's it. That's all it was doing. And, like that's all it was just doing for him, man. Like, and you're trying to take it away?
And I'm like, wait a minute, when can the ATF create laws? They're not supposed to. I swear this country has to be full of idiots because last time I checked, you want to circumvent. Why are you so hell bent? And this goes back to Israel. And Israel has some of the strictest gun laws in the world. And now
Hmm
all of a sudden, now they're trying to urge citizens to get guns. Here, keep this gun. We need people to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Do you think if you would have had something similar to a Second Amendment, Hamas would have been able to murder people in the streets? Think about
Yeah.
that. Do you know that do you know the reason why it's hard to invade the United States?
Cause we got more guns than people. Damn
We
near
got
for
more
every damn blade of
we got more
grass is a good bullet for it.
we got more guns than cockroaches, okay?
Hmm
Every time
Damn.
you see every time you see a country get invaded, the first thing they do is take away the guns. The first thing they do before the invasion, before any insurrection, before any mass genocide, they take the guns away first.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I wonder why. Why also? Well, we're trying to ban guns. I'm gonna take them all away. Shout out to Diane Feinstein, who put a whole career up on trying to a Jew who wants to get rid of your guns, but you forgot what they did in the Holocaust.
hmm
Just, just saying. Just saying. And then she didn't even live long enough to see what's happening in Israel. How about that? I kind of wish she would have lived long enough to see and say, yeah, how about those gun bans? How they doing for Israel? Tell those kidnappies, I bet you they wish they had a gun.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
I mean, call me cruel, call me an asshole. There, I am. But Why should we listen to people who are protected 24/7 by armed police and guard when you got to struggle out there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You created
They
the
call us crazy.
situation. You created these poverty-stricken neighborhoods and told us we have to live there, but I can't come off the bus or walk down the street and I can't be armed. I got to be a perpetual victim.
hmm
But this is the kind of, but it's kind of funny, and I'm gonna tell you what's the irony about this shit. Okay, the irony about this shit is that Biden wants to ban guns for Americans, but he'll send billions of dollars for fucking Ukrainians to buy guns.
Yep. You just asked for $100 billion package for Ukraine and Israel.
Most hypocritical bullshit I ever heard in my goddamn life.
Oh, but Trump was the one that's going to start World War III, right? Oops.
Man. And you know one thing too, you see how like Trump, like even while he's out of office, he's like, dude, I just want the people to stop dying, and he wants the war to stop and everything. That's another reason why they're trying to keep him out of office, because he knows he would stop everything. He would get NATO out. He would stop he would just stop everything from happening.
NATO would just fall apart because he wanted to get rid of NATO.
Exactly. Because the other thing he called out was like, why the hell are we funding all of this shit when none of these other countries are not? We're putting the most into this shit. And then we're using our own people to go over there and protect their own land and their own interests and stuff. They can't even protect their own stuff. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like at a certain point, I'm like, you deserve to be invaded if you don't have your own protection.
Yeah. But we still, but Biden got over. We got to support Ukraine. Send $100 billion over there. We already sent $100+ billion over there. Now he's asking for another $100 billion.
Yeah, we can't fit like everybody's asking for money for the food, fixing the homeless crisis, fixing everything like the hospitals, the medical stuff. And he said there's no money. All these people saying there's no money for that. There's no money for that. But you could send hundreds of $billions for war, all magically pop up with all this money to do whatever you want, but you keep saying to the people there's nothing like in Hawaii, Ohio, what's it, Hawaii. That play he only says $700 per family. And then the other part that really pissed me off, the irony, he goes to Palestine, right, onto the other side of the world, but he won't go to Palestine, Ohio for the goddamn with the train crash with the toxic waste that was burnt off into the atmosphere. It's like, wow, you went to a Palestine all the way across the world. That takes a lot longer than you just going over to Palestine, Ohio. Really?
Oh, but he didn't have time for that. He was the president.
Wait, how long is a flight from America to Israel?
It has to be about what, fucking 14 to 17 hours.
And it's only like 2 to 3 hours from DC to Palestine, Ohio.
If that.
If that, exactly. I'm just giving that extra couple hours just for semantics, or just make it seem like it's a little better. But nah, it is less than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Like you said, you can't find money for this, you can't find money for that, but all of a sudden now Israel comes a knocking, Ukraine comes a knocking. And I would say, why would you fucking poke the bear and try to join NATO when you're right next door to Russia? And the deal was not to build NATO on their soil.
Exactly. And Russia got the country got a dead man switch. Like you heard them, it said like the world. What is a world without Russia? You know what that really means? Like if you even fucking try us, if you even come over here, we will destroy everything.
Yeah. But these we elected a bunch of warmongers and neoliberal what they call them, neocons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you,
they haven't learned the lesson yet.
if fucking Hillary Clinton would have got voted in as president, we would have been in total war right now with Russia.
Yes,
Hmm.
without question.
Thank God for Trump.
We'd have been in
Yeah,
total
we dodged
war.
the bullet when Hillary lost, because the way she was talking about Syria, we would have been in a war already.
And
I
then
just
right, she lost a lot of respect for military and the veterans because of Benghazi.
Yeah, I was watching a TikTok. They were actually talking about that. They were talking about how nonchalant she was when oh boy got killed over there in Libya. I was like, whoa. I was like, now I see why the military don't like her.
hmm
Now, I'm just looking at it like we shall see. Well, you gotta understand. No. We don't have to understand. We just don't. I'm tired of getting to the point where we got fools over there trying to make up the excuses for this idiocy.
Hmm.
These
Like, share,
issues
subscribe.
are,
Like, share, subscribe, support the show, folks. Cash App is linked at the top.
if you got 20 people, at least donate $2, $5. Shit, come on now.
yeah,
I'm,
hook a
I'm, gonna-
brother
I'm
up
getting,
over here.
yeah, I'm getting tired, and I'm severely tired of fucking people trying to say, well, they don't have money to take care of these issues, but yet you want to talk about what Trump did. Okay, cool. But you don't want to talk about for 30 years he was a Democrat.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
staunch Democrat.
You
And
don't want
if
to
I'm
talk
not
about
mistaken,
we
he
don't
funded
want
Jesse Jackson's campaign.
Man,
yeah
he's from
we
my
don't want
state.
to we don't want to talk about how we don't want to talk about how one of his best friends is Oprah.
Hmm.
We don't want to talk about how you know he actually stopped a lot of H-1 visas, so black people were actually starting more businesses and making money.
Yep,
We'll
he didn't
stop
have
at
them.
that one.
He didn't have immigrants overflowing your cities like they're doing now in Democrat cities like Chicago. Oops.
Hmm.
And the only reason they want Democrats out there is because they know that black people and poor people are going to stop voting Democrat. So they're going to get these fucking immigrants who cause a lot of crime. People need to start looking at how much crime immigrants actually do cause,
And
and
then
how much
bringing
fucking.
STDs and all that shit too. Don't forget that.
Uh-huh. And yet, you don't even have enough money to get poor black boys a proper education, but yet nobody wants to talk about how many Ukrainians are coming over to HBCUs and going to school for free, but your children got to pay their black ass way, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, well, it's worse than that. Apparently, we're holding up Ukraine's entire economy right now.
Yep, paying for their pensions and everything.
But we don't have money to help the homeless here.
And
Okay.
AB, you know what, AB, about the whole, homeless military people, one of the main reasons why they're keeping like, any military people homeless, everything, because look what happened after World War I, and I mean, not World War II, and the Korean War and Vietnam War, when everybody came back, when they were taking care of the veterans and everything like that, they realized they made one of the greatest generations and greatest people ever, and we fought back against the bullshit. So they want to keep them homeless and keep them deprived of anything, making sure they commit suicide or something like that, because they don't want any of the vets to really be standing on foot, because the vets will most likely stand up against them.
If y'all vote for these idiots,
Say it again, Charles.
if y'all vote for these idiots, I ain't got shit to say to y'all.
Mhm.
I ain't got that. There's nothing. I
Now, you
love
know
a
they're
lot of
going to
these
come out with
guys.
you know they're going to send Michelle Obama out. This is the fight for democracy. They're going to watch when the Democrat convention runs around. They're going to send Michelle Obama out. This is the fight of our lives. We're fighting for democracy. Watch.
Yeah,
They're going to
bitch.
First
watch.
of all, fight for democracy is not telling people they can't carry weapons to protect themselves from criminals. A fight of
Exactly.
democracy is not giving money to other countries that wouldn't even spit on us when we're in trouble. A fight for democracy is not putting your veterans in fucking street corners begging for money when they should be getting pensions from the VA. A fight for
Mhm.
democracy is not fighting for the status fucking quo. To keep the poor even poorer and the rich even richer.
Hmm.
You can say all that bullshit you want, but come on now.
Yeah, fight for democracy is not having a bunch of tent cities in your Democrat-run cities. Oops, did I say that out loud?
And don't forget the people that's in those tents are actually working class people. They still got a job and everything and just can't pay for none of this stuff because
Right.
it's too overpriced. They're not homeless because they're doing drugs or some shit like that. They're actually, living homeless because they can't afford these ridiculous price apartments or houses anymore.
Exactly. And don't get me started on the scam they call college now. Just
Exactly.
saw a video of a white girl complaining. It's like, I went to degree to I have a business degree, and right now I'm serving sushi, and because I make more money doing that than actually doing when I was had my degree for. They promised me $100,000 job, but I'm serving sushi. I was like, yeah, they lied to you. It is what it
Well,
is.
when you go to get a PhD in basket weaving, yeah, you knew you were gonna be in debt. But yet these are the same motherfuckers we're supposed to marry and collect their debt and pay off their debt. The
Yeah,
whole time while you're
nah,
paying
that
their
ain't
debt off,
happening.
they're talking shit to you.
Hmm.
No, that ain't happening.
I
Getting
had to
eighty
ask one of my,
How,
thousand dollars more in debt.
I had to ask one of my damn friends,
how long
like
you gonna be up
she,
here, AB?
Um, Probably another 30 minutes.
Alright, let me get ready for this
Not long.
fucking midnight shift.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
probably, if you're still on, I'll come back up.
Okay.
And
Do what you
just in
got to do.
case, everybody hit the cash app, hit the like button, share this shit because you know a lot of insight is being shared. Remember, in the Black Manosphere, we don't just talk about the gynocracy. Oops, did I say this? Oh. And a little cheap plug for those of you who didn't see my morning forecast about
Go
tools,
ahead.
black pills, red pills, Manosphere. Check that out after you finish
that
this.
was a good,
After the AB's finished with his live.
that was a good
Hmm.
episode, Charles. That was a good episode. I loved it.
Because I think a lot of stuff that I talked about, I very much articulated what the pills were, what the purpose of the space is, and what it's going to be. Check it out because I'm really getting tired of people asking for definitions, and once they're given, people don't want to take them for what they are. Woo! Always a pleasure, AB. Jay Moore.
Hmm.
Woo! Stay
Hey,
blessed
George,
out here,
one second.
Charles. But AB, this stuff is getting out of hand, man. And the more it's just like I'm happy I found a manosphere and the black manosphere and everything like that
I am
because
too.
it's just
I
like
wish
I'm
I had
not
found
crazy.
this. I wish I had found this like 10 years ago. It would have saved me a whole lot of. Not forget 10 years ago, like 20 years ago, it would have saved me a whole lot of
Hmm.
bullshit.
It just made sure that what I was thinking, I wasn't, I was always very
Yeah, you're not
logical and
crazy.
stuff. Exactly. It's just like I'm not crazy and I could see it for what it is. And I'm like, oh, it turns out I was a very logical one out of everybody.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing I love about the manosphere. You think you're the only one that thinks something, but no, you're not crazy. There's a whole bunch of other black men that think the same way you do.
Hmm. And and they want us to have kids and all this other stuff in this type of climate in this type of world. Why? Like,
Oh
and
boy.
and I'm like, dude,
And they
hmm?
spread they're teaching this rainbow flag crap.
Hmm.
That we that we
I just showed my coworker that damn song that those gay people made like a couple years back. We're coming for your children, and he was like, "Wait, what?" He's an old white dude, and he's like, "Wait, the fuck?" He's a Navy dude. He's an ex Navy. vet and everything, and he was just like, I didn't even see this shit. This is ridiculous. God need to take care of them. He's like, I'm like, dude, I think God told us to take care of them. Like,
Yeah, but you know they're going too far because even the LGBT are starting to come out like, what are y'all doing? Y'all doing too much.
Because the LGBT knows that if these people go too far, they're going to be getting shot down.
Right.
It's going to be just indiscriminate. Nobody's going to give a damn.
Right. And I didn't know how bad it was until I started seeing these videos where they have the whole rainbow flag. They didn't have a pledge to the rainbow flag. Like, okay, really?
I didn't even know about that. God damn.
And yeah, Mama came in there and tore that flag down, threw it in the trash can. She said, I don't pay my tax dollars to have you teach that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's just like, and like the one thing I saw. You remember the one the father that his daughter got raped and stuff by a transgender kid, and it comes to find like what's it called?
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, basically, what's it called? The father finds out about it because the school hid it and everything, and then he went the school hid it, but then he went to the boardroom or whatever meeting or so about it, and they arrested him, and they found out too that the kid, he did it before, and they transferred him to a different school, and he did it again to his daughter.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
The whole school board should be arrested for a solicit,
Dude, they're the Catholic Church in this point. That's what I'm looking at it. Like, one of their preachers get caught, all of a sudden, they move into another church.
Oh yeah, the Catholic move, huh? That's what I call it, the Catholic move. They just send them to another place for them to mess with another boy. I know it's crazy.
I think it was down in Virginia or something like that.
But no, I didn't hear about that. I'm not surprised, unfortunately, with that bathroom crap.
And that's what had happened in the bathroom. He turned into a girl, and he did it he raped that girl in the girl's bathroom. Or I mean, raped that girl in the girl's bathroom. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that on your channel.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, this it's getting out of hand, man. It's going to be an interesting election cycle.
I really want to see how they're going to sugarcoat this stuff. Because like after when I fell for this whole Biden crap and everything like that, I'm about to go on a full jihad on this entire thing, and I'm just going to expose his whole history and everything, and keep exposing it nonstop, and basically start a whole news channel or something for it, because I refuse to let anybody else be a fool to this thing too.
Yeah. Funny story. Somebody called me an Uncle Ruckus because I said I'm likely to support Trump in 2024. I was like, you know what? Because let me turn my camera on for a minute. I already got a jacked up eye, so
I can see. I can see it. That is like, you should really what's called for Halloween dress up as him just to be.
So I was like, you know what? So when I saw that comment, I was like, you know what? I may as well run with it. So I made another short called Uncle AB.
Oh my God.
I'm like, look, I ain't your Uncle Ruckus, but I am your Uncle AB. And quite frankly, I don't want to hear anybody who voted for Biden talking about Uncle Ruckus, because remember, Joe Biden defines your blackness. Always remember, Joe Biden defines y'all let Joe Biden define your blackness, but you're going to call somebody Uncle Ruckus? Really? I never let Trump define my blackness. I never let Barack Obama define my blackness. But y'all let Joe Biden define. Remember, you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
And you know what's funny? I took that completely out of context. I was like, when I heard it, like, oh, I was thinking like, oh, it's because black people normally fight, vote for a Democrat. So that's what I just took it at face value until I was like, oh, he was a Dixiecrat. Oh, that's what he really meant.
Oh, recently, they were giving LL Cool J an award for something, and he mispronounced his name, and he said that boy. He said that boy sure does have a nice pair of legs or something like that. Something on he was commenting on his body part. So these vote blue, no matter who, that are still out here that are black. I was like, I just have one question: are you a boy?
We gonna find out during this election. Especially, what was the name of that dude that took my whole? What's it called? Remember the thing I was talking about, the one of the buildings down in my town that's being destroyed, that they said they're gonna get rid of 7% of, like, I think it was a Mike dude or whatever it is, some Black Trust.
Black Brain Trust.
Yeah, I want to see what he's gonna say, because that dude, he ticks me off when he speaks, because he just goes around in circles and don't answer stuff, and he just gives you, what was it called? Just bullshit stats that doesn't mean anything.
But the Republicans. Yeah, I call it the Democrat excuse. But the Republicans. Whenever they don't do something for you, but the Republicans won't let us. You have the House of the Senate, but the Republicans won't let us. You have a 60-proof majority, but the Republicans won't let us. you have a simple majority, but we need 60 votes. I'm like, okay, Mike, you act like I can't count. There are 100 Senate seats. A simple majority is 50 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a stupid ass rule talking about you need 60 votes.
That's some bullshit.
There's 100 Senate seats, but you need 60 votes to get shit done. A majority, if you do the math, a majority is 51 votes.
Exactly.
There's no reason why stuff should be held up in the Senate. But we need 60 votes to get stuff done. Really? On top of the fact you have Republican lights like Christine Sinema and what's the other dude's name? Joe Manchin.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be fair, Build Back Better. If you looked at the original legislation, there was some good stuff in there, but they let them water it down until it was barely nothing.
Exactly.
But they want me to take Joe Biden seriously. I'm like, no. But yet, knuckleheads like Roland Martin are going to come around and say, y'all better vote for Joe Biden. Your ancestors died for you.
Shut the fuck up. And that's the other thing. I hate these people that didn't serve a goddamn day speaking. Like, you go sign the fuck up. If you really, like, oh my God. And that's why even I be snapping at my family members, because it was like, yeah, I'm a first generation American. I'm like, I earned my motherfucking rights. I did the same thing that our ancestors fought for. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Y'all need to shut up.
With Roland Martin, I'm probably going to do another short on this, but with Roland Martin, I particularly have a beef with him because, and I will say this to his face, my ancestors didn't die for your punk ass to buck dance for Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
And I mean that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean every word of that. My ancestors didn't die for you bootlicks to run around sucking up to kissing the Democrat Party's ass. My ancestors did not die for that. Stop playing around.
Exactly.
Dr. King didn't suck up to the Democrat Party. He put foot to ass. That's why they did stuff for him. He didn't sit up to the begging, please, Capacity, please. No, he put foot to ass. Politically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just sit. He just didn't sit on his hands like, you need to vote for a Democrat. If I'm not mistaken, he was a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
But now you got black folks going, but what if the Republicans get in there, and? Yeah,
Right.
some of them are racist. Yeah, some of them are racist and full of shit. What else is new?
Exactly. I like my races up front and personal. Like, I rather take it like how they do it. I don't care. I don't like the sly little fox shit like, Malcolm said.
Right. I prefer my races up front. At least I know what I'm dealing with.
Exactly. And you know what's funny? When I was at my job, like this this white lady was trying to warn me, like, the Republicans, you gotta worry about the Republicans. They're funding the Nazis and all that other stuff. I'm like, bitch, y'all funding Nazis over, over in Ukraine, but you're not even funding my
Exactly.
Nazis over here. What about my Nazis? Huh? What about our Nazis over here? You guys don't even fund them. And she paused, looked at me. I was like, yeah, I said it. Like, how am I supposed to give a shit when you don't even fund them?
Yeah. And now they got this little twerp Harry running around on TikTok.
What?
This little twerp, I forget his last name, but this little twerp called Harry, little white dude. I just turned 40, man. This is one time I just pulled rank. I'm like, look, son, you know the Democrat Party's paying you. Stop. You got go sit down, son. And allegedly, this little boy's a douchebag too, because he docked some chick and exposed her assault case, SA case that was supposed to be sealed. So allegedly, he's a real douchebag because he exposed him.
Wow. How the fuck did he get the records? Like, if it's supposed to, you never.
He's a real Democrat shill. The Democrat Party, it's been confirmed. The Democrat Party is paying this little prick. But he's supposed to be. If you ever see go and look at one of my shorts called, I think it's called Really Son. If you look at this dude's demeanor, this is supposed to be their Gen Z outreach. And I just looked at them. I'm looking at Democrats like, okay, if this is your Gen Z outreach, y'all gonna lose. So his whole demeanor, he's a young douchebag. To use the white term, he's a young douchebag. Nobody's gonna take him seriously. Just look at his demeanor.
And that's the other thing. They want to look down on us so bad. And they what's it called? They look down on us so bad, and you think they think we don't see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the other thing that keep pissing me off, because I'm like, dude, you guys never done shit. You just never done shit to even deserve to look down on anybody, especially the working class in the first place.
Just stay for the record. I never joined the service. I wish I did, but my father was a Marine, so.
No, I mean, like, AB, at least you're honest and you know what the hell is going on. You're not trying to sugarcoat things and act like you're something else, or you know what I'm saying, like how these people are, or trying to lead people down the wrong direction. That's the problem that I have with a lot of other people.
Also, I got a taste of what real war is like. Cause see, I've talked to old Vietnam veterans, and let me rephrase that. I've talked to white Vietnam veterans. And I had one dude tell me, we marched to the village and killed all the women and children. And of course, I looked at him crazy, but he's like, okay, you never seen a child bomb before. Kids just run into the camp and blow everybody up. I had one brother told me that they would send babies in there and the bomb would be in the diapers.
Yep. That's the one thing I was praying for when I was in the military.
When I hear people who haven't been to war talk about war, I'm like, you need to shut the fuck up.
I be telling people that it's just luck. Shut the fuck up. Exactly. I be just telling me, you got to be very lucky to survive any of that shit. It's like, no matter how much training you get, it's really luck that gets you through.
Yeah.
War is never pretty. It's not good. You don't understand. You don't like, you're just a lucky soul to make it back.
Yeah, we had another brother told about some of the crazy stuff they did over in Afghanistan. How they had parties with boys and stuff. I'm like, okay, damn.
Dude, I just heard so many stories from my boys and everything, and I just seen some that came back and everything, and it's just messed up.
But we got, some of these chicks want equality, right? Oh, okay.
That's why I said send their asses there. I'm tired of them talking all this shit when they don't do anything. They were willing to send all of their sons to be cannon fodder, but they're not
Yeah.
willing to be any parts of this shit. And that's the part that really pissed me off. And especially when you learn the history of a lot of these chicks, what was it called? You know, like the White Feather Group or whatever the hell, like back in the day of World War One and stuff. Like, oh, you didn't go over there. They put a feather on you, a white feather, basically calling you a pussy and try to cut you out of the genetic pool and all this other stuff. I'm like, bitch, you go join. You go over there.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you even talk to this man like because he didn't go? Thank God, because how many millions died, especially in those trenches of World War One or in World War Two, and any of these places, and especially World War One. When you think about it, it's trench warfare. A lot of them were just stacked on stacked on stacked underground, like just gone. You will never see their bodies again. They just blown up and dead.
Yeah. You have to identify them by. Did they use tags back then? I'm not sure. I have to look at the history. Excuse me.
They has tags and all that stuff, but it was still like it was so damn. It was just a lot of bombs and a lot of stuff going off so much is to the point that when you die, sometimes you're just like dirt and stuff will cover you and everything that they can't get you out and you just become part of the ground. Like when you're digging, you just hit a dead body and everything. You're like, oh, didn't know.
Yeah, that's why I hate people to talk about the Civil War too. It's like, okay,
700,000 people died.
Yeah. I think Gettysburg alone didn't that almost total the amount of people that died in World War II? Gettysburg alone, no, it was in the thousands.
No, World War II, that was in Stalingrad.
No, Gettysburg in the Civil War.
Oh, okay. I gotta look that up. I gotta be more. I haven't really looked too far into Civil War. I was more into like black people.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I got to get back to my reading on the Empire of Cotton. Because it explains a lot of the economics on why they put us in Jim Crow.
Yeah, like thank for BGS and them too. They kind of gave me a little bit of the summary, so I looked it up. Just like after what's it called, the Civil War and all that stuff, and then black people became freed. It was just more like, oh, hey man, what happened to our GDP? 70% of our GDP is gone. Oh, we need to get them niggas back to work.
That's how you got the sharecropping system.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell people that, it's like don't get it twisted. That's not a compliment to the white folks. That just says y'all some lazy motherfuckers.
Exactly. But they always been lazy motherfuckers. That's the whole thing. When you look at how they run the plantations and everything, they always been lazy.
Yeah, sit on the porch all day, pick out who they wanted to mess with, and
Exactly. And no, you didn't pick enough cotton today. You get enough and get some lashes.
And people wonder why we have bad work conditions now. Like, well, that's like you got to remember what this country was founded on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised what some of these employers and these corporations are doing. So sooner or later, we have to come to a head because people need to be paid for what they're worth.
Exactly, and they want to call my generation and younger lazy and all that stuff. It's like, no, we're just smarter than the rest. We know what the hell this thing is. It's a scam.
Yep.
And that's why I'm getting tired of a lot of these adults and stuff coming at us. I'm like, dude, stop calling us lazy. Like, where's your pension? Where's any of the stuff that you're supposed to get? Oh, I'll wait. You don't got anything. And it's not worth nothing.
I'm a programmer. I haven't even told half my family about that because they're gonna, how come you didn't get programming yet? Because I don't want to work on old, outdated software for 30 years for them to have pay me and lay me off later.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing this to the white dudes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're gonna do to my black ass?
Exactly. And then that was the other thing about what's it called, 2020 with the whole pandemic and everything. It was like, what do you expect us, this whole generation, to be like when we see that they don't give a fuck about us? They will fire us over anything. And you think we're supposed to be faithful to these companies? Are you out of your damn mind?
Yeah, I don't blame Gen Z for doing the bare minimum to get by.
Exactly. I'm like, you must be
Somebody half paying you.
like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be my grandparents or be any of my parents that did this shit. You're stupid.
And they tell my Jamaican back in my day, shut up. The economy was completely different back then. You weren't paying these services
Exactly.
like this now.
And that's what I hate about these, like, like what's it called, Anton Daniels, or those what's it called, conservative people, wherever the hell, you know what I'm saying, like those type of people, they're talking about you got to
Oh, yeah,
work all
like
this amount of hours and stuff. Exactly, the bootstrap bros and all that stuff. I'm like, are you out of your damn mind? What bootstraps? White people got the boots, the laces, and everything. Like,
Most
even
people
got
got
somebody to
bootstraps
walk
now.
for them. Exactly. Like,
Most
what
people
about
barely
us?
got bootstraps now. Good lord.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about
And
pulling
now they're
yourself up out of
complaining,
bootstraps.
talking all this shit, bringing some Thomas Sowell and all this other crap. Or what's the name of that dude that was on the Breakfast Club just recently? The Larry
Oh, yeah,
Elders and
Larry
all that
Elder,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I when I look at him and hear him speak, I'm like, Tucson is right. I wish we were back on the island with you.
Yeah, yeah. Larry Elder's always been a coon. A
Yeah,
smart coon, but he's always been a coon.
but his type of coonery, like I always say, like, BGS is right about, yeah, I have a little respect that he's making his money and stuff. At least he's making money from his coonery. But at the same time,
Right.
like, dude, I'll still take your head off.
Yeah. One thing I'll give him, he proved that Charlamagne belongs at the kiddie table.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right. All this gynocracy stuff has started to come to a head. Oh, got somebody in the back.
Mm.
All this gynocracy stuff is starting to come to a head.
And now I'm watching them beg. I'm like, look, man, I'm not the nation. I'm not gonna pull any of that nation shit too, because I know how the nation got, the nation got developed here. It was a Great Depression that got those bitches into that damn place, and I'm not. No, let them stay on the fucking streets, die, suffer.
Yeah. What's going on, Salchi?
What's going on?
Hey, Fauci, how you doing, man? Hope you're
Everything's
staying
good,
blessed
man.
and safe out here.
Oh hell
Pretty
yeah!
much covering geopolitics. About I'm praying these knuckleheads don't start World War III. Yeah,
He's feeling it too.
It's yeah, man. It's well, one thing I was listening to, and I sent the email a couple of days ago. Guy who's been in the oil industry for like 40 years professionally, and he was saying that he was saying that America messed up in that area with Bush Senior, with the deals that he made with Saudi Arabia. Yeah, he went. That's how far back he went. He was, and he broke it down. He was like, yeah, he said, yeah, they struck the deal with them, but like they really didn't, take care of people in that area for the most part. So, I mean, the way he broke it down was very articulate. And again, he wasn't being political. He was just looking at it from a pure, energy standpoint.
right.
Globally and here in the States. And of course, he went in on this administration about what to do with our energy policies. But he was like, yeah, he said, yeah, he said, and this is why, they're looking at us with the side eye.
Mm-hmm.
He said, can you blame them? He said, of course, no one is sitting around here hoping that, innocent people are dying. Clearly not. He's just saying, look at what the United States of America, what they did was Bush Sr., and then, yes, even with Clinton, and then with Bush Jr., and then with Obama, and a little bit of Trump, but obviously Trump was trying to actually mend shit, actually. But, you say anything about Trump, it's supposed to supposedly be negative. But, like, when it came to certain things, Trump didn't fuck around. Like, he was really trying to fix shit. But again, because people are they're more into being a lefty or a righty, or a Democrat or a Republican, as opposed to
Basically emotional.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of just looking at the big picture, like, okay, hold on a minute, and then looking at it from our perspective here in America, because even right now, like we are, and people, because a lot of people haven't been out the country. I mean, I haven't myself, but just from family and people around me, virtually everybody has, except for myself. But
Mhm.
we live like we live like we're like in a fishbowl. That's what they pretty much consider a lot of Americans. Like they don't really look outside of America and understand, the world.
Mhm.
And we really are fortunate. And a lot of people, the way how a lot of people speak, especially now as a citizen, it's like they want America to like fail. But what they don't realize is that if America fails, you are not going to be in a comfortable position that you're in,
Exactly.
regardless of what economic status you're in this point. Because outside of here, it's lower. It don't matter where you at. Even when you're poor here, it is a whole different level of poor outside of America. But a lot of people
Exactly.
just don't realize that. They really just don't get it. So
Mhm.
so yeah, well, what's going on? Obviously, I mean, let's be real, man. They've been fighting over land and over people being displaced for an extremely long time, way before America was America. All right, so that's one thing, and then obviously, with obviously like Britain, of course, before us, and then when we got up in there and started, dictating things. So I mean, there's a lot of things going on right now, man. And on the one hand, it's like, yo, we really shouldn't be like dishing out any more money. But on the other hand, with the mistreatment
Mhm.
coming from the various administrations, when you just look at it purely from that perspective, of like, okay, I see why they're doing it. But right now, what we got going on internally with our infrastructure, with our education
Mhm.
system, like, I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I look at it. I look at it like I look at everything. I mean,
Mhm.
to me, it's kind of like I kind of take the stance of more so of oh my God, why am I forgetting his name, man? He ran a few years ago, man. A couple elections
Kane?
ago, man. No, heck no, not McCain. No, his son is a senator, man. My God, why am I forgetting the guy's name? That's horrible. He was a doctor, MD.
Paul?
Oh,
Some Paul?
Yes,
Rand
yeah,
Paul.
Mhm.
yeah. I liked his dad because his dad was like, "Yo, we need
Yeah,
to, we
yeah,
need
his
to,
dad was a
we need
real
to,
one.
we need to handle our house. Like,
Mhm.
we need to handle our kids. We need to handle the infrastructure. We need to do all that shit first."
Hmm.
And I was like, yo, no, that shit makes sense. We need to balance books, blah, blah. I was like, yo, that shit makes sense.
But they didn't want that. They
Nah,
purposely set us up for this shit. That's the whole thing. They purposely set us up, and then they complain about it later on. It's basically like black women. Yeah. Honestly, I look at the government just like how black women do, like act. Basically, they cause all these issues, and then they still want to blame you for all the problems that they put you like they caused.
yeah,
Pretty much.
yep.
It's bullshit. But yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's where it is. I mean, right now, at least for me, it's just it's just sitting, just monitoring things because it's just. I mean, I don't know. I kind of get the feeling like, I guess because like I'm older now, but it kind of feels kind of like the '80s to me. But like
Mhm.
but like I'm older. So
Right.
I don't know. So it's very, it's very weird to me. But and again, going back to the guy who who specializes in in the oil industry, and he flat out said it. There's an older guy. He's like, listen. He's like, people. He said we need to get ready. He said I can't see any other solution that we're going back to a lower standard of living. He said it's going to go back to when I was in my prime, when I was young, 60s, 70s, and 80s. He said that's where I see things going in terms of you know, how we're gonna be, our standard of living. And I'm listening and he's breaking the shit down. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. I knew that our standard of living was gonna go down. I just didn't really have a reference for it. When he
Hmm.
said that, I'm like, okay, I can see that. And then you start looking at, okay, again, you start looking at jobs and then the requirements, this and that. You're like, oh, okay, I see why he's saying what he's saying.
Mhm.
So people really just gotta, in my opinion, especially guys, especially black guys. This is, and I've been saying this for the past few years, man. Motherfuckers ain't got time, man. Ain't got time for no bullshit, man. You just gotta go full force because, like, shit
Yep.
has. I don't mean like to say shit's changing. Shit has already changed.
Exactly.
Yes,
It's already changed. So
it's already changed.
yeah, and we're not going back.
hmm
So if it sounds negative to you, well, it is what it is. I'm not saying how I want things to be. I'm saying what it is, where things are trending. That's it.
Yo, Fauci, question. Like, you know what? You know one thing. Like, thanks for saying that. Something just clicked in my head. What if they're trying to start this war off so they could try to get the rest of the world to be destroyed, so they can get America into that position again after World War II?
Is that a possibility?
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Because it is like, that's the one thing that just clicked in my head. I'm like, it seems like they will try to push the rest of the world back, like destroy the world just to get us back on top again.
Well, it's kind of tough because I know people talk about BRICS, right? BRICS exists. The system does work, but you know, on my end and the shit that I see, the reason why I don't see BRICS as a threat like anytime soon, is, you know, just looking at, you know, the SWIFT activity. Like when, like on the Bloomberg, you can see the activity of the SWIFT, how much is, you know, being processed, what's going in there. Like it's actually increased. So like if BRICS was gonna, like, in my opinion, take over, I would see, you know, SWIFT declines. We ain't seen nothing like that at all. And then on the other end, when people talk about, you know,
Y'all hit the Cash App and support the show for this finance dude right here.
definitely. But
Please.
you know, when you know, when they talk about cryptocurrencies, or not really crypto, I like to say blockchain, because that's really, and I've been saying that for years,
What it
man.
is, blockchain, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. That's, to me, that was always the most important thing, really, because it had to do with the system. Even when you look at that, it's nowhere near, you know, the fiat currency and the SWIFT system. I mean, I forget the processing. I forget the number. I was just listening. I was just listening to someone who's a professional, and it's astronomical. Like it's not even close right now. And it's hard for people. It's hard, especially for guys who believe in that. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. The technology is solid. It's just, I think they go hand in hand. And a woman I've done taxes for in the last 2 years, she works for the Federal Reserve. That's what she specializes in. And those were her exact words. I am quoting her verbatim. They work hand in hand because what the one's positive is the other one's one's negatives or weaknesses is the other one's strengths, and vice versa.
Yin and yang.
Exactly. So that's what she was saying. So I was like, you know what? That makes sense. So she's like, it's not gonna go anywhere anytime soon, and it's not gonna replace it. But then, especially when you look at how much volume of activity that gets done and the amount of time, and just in a day, what our current system can get done in a day, blockchain can't even get done in a month. Like it's astronomical, and that's what a lot of people don't like. They don't know that. So that's why guys like myself, you know, we have the unfair advantage. And we were telling a lot of these guys who were getting into Bitcoin for the past few years, we were like, yo, you need to understand our system. They're, no, well, we just want to bypass it. No. I understand that. I am telling you, you're going to have to learn how this system works to see how your system is going to work and work in the entire system, because you're just not going to replace governments. Like you don't think you're gonna walk up internationally? Like, I'm sorry, that's not. Thank you. That's not how it works. But when you, how you doing, BGS?
BGS.
What's on, y'all?
But
What's up, man? Hope you staying blessed and safe out here, sir.
Trying
Yeah.
to-
BGS,
Right.
man, I was listening to the interview you was talking about, the whole one about keeping one. I was like, why is this like a reoccurring thing with guys not understanding basic
Yeah.
definition of words? What is going on?
I call it white people speak to a certain degree, but it's black people is a different version of it. It's
Oh
just
my
the same word, but
God.
different. Like what's it called? They give you a different word with a different definition, but it still mean the same goddamn thing.
They want you to accept their definition in their worldview. That's all it is. And
Exactly. That's what I said. White people speak.
that's all. That's
I
all.
was-
I disagreed with him. He really what it was is an hour or 2 hours him trying to convince me to accept his
Yes.
worldview. That's all it was.
Yeah, but I was like, but wait a minute, because I have really good memory. I'm like, is this? I know I'm not
Yeah.
crazy. I know I heard what so and so said. I heard what so and so said verbatim, and that's not what they're saying. The way how you're interpreting it, and then you just, I'm from Rhode Island, so I know how New Yorkers how they talk, and it's like, dude, man, just get to the point. Like,
I know.
like-
I know. That's
like,
why.
this is what-
That's why I kept telling him simplify it for me because
Yeah.
because you keep going around and around and around the point. I think I get your point, but if I say that I get your point and cut you off, then you say it's not going to be your point. So simplify it for me.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
a New Yorker, and the way how he speaks is pissing me off. I'm like, dude, I should punch you in your fucking face. Like that's like the New Yorker side came out of me. I was like, oh, I will punch you in your face for talking like this, bro.
I was like, what is? I was like, but what's going on?
Okay. With me, and I get this a lot, right? Is because I've been doing this a long time. You've heard me, South. I've been doing this
Yes.
a long time, right? And I listen, and I listen to the words that you're saying, right? And I see all the holes in your argument. And what they're trying to do is cover all the holes in
Yes.
the argument for that before I start speaking.
Yes.
Okay, and they speak so long. Well, wait a minute. Okay, let me cover this hole. Wait a minute. Let me cover this hole. Let me cover all my points so it didn't have anything to say. So I
Yes.
said, but the premise is still wrong, dude.
and to me, okay. So if it's about if it's about black men, right, thriving,
Mhm.
what the fuck is going on? Like to me, it's like why are they adding on extra division and all this other nonsense if it's about black men winning? Like we don't need to agree on every freaking dotted I and cross T. Like what is wrong with
Exactly.
you?
I don't know if that's what I was trying to ascertain. What is exactly the problem that you're having, and then down to the minute words like negotiate. Okay, I don't like the word negotiate. Okay, what is it about negotiate that you don't like? Okay, you want me throwing another word, or what is it about negotiate that you don't like?
You don't have to
It just sounds like he was trying to make it. It just sounds like it's Babylon type shit. Babylon got destroyed because everybody was speaking the same damn language and everything. That means you can't see no different perspective at all. You're not supposed to do that shit. Like, come on, bro.
It started.
Go ahead.
Some of the content creators, man, like lately it's been a little questionable. I started getting the feeling of, man, it's not kind of sounding like these black women. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Like,
because Gen X and millennials have been trained by feminists, and some of that kind of stuff seeps through. Because I'm having this issue with my grandson, right?
Okay.
And you're cutting me off, and I have to, he'll cut me off in mid sentences. Okay, now complete my sentence since you know what I'm saying, right? And it gets quiet. Okay. So you want to hear what the rest of what I have to say before you ask your comment? Well, go ahead. So it's training. So one thing you do is get me used to it because it happens all the time. So I think one time we're talking about the red pill and PUAs inside the black manosphere, right? I said there's been PUAs in the black manosphere, right?
Yeah.
I said well, just because they're black men. I said no, that's not the reason. I said, but that is the number one thing. You have to be a black man to be in a black manosphere. That's number one. I gave him number two. I said, number two, you got to be red pill and pick up artists or red pill by definition. And number three, you have to claim the space. Okay. And then he said, well, so that means you get the only reason that you're in the red pill space is black man is because you're a black man. I said, well, and man, repeat my three definitions that I just gave.
Oh God, please.
Shoot, that's exactly what's like. He didn't even know what you said, bro.
Don't talk to me like I'm remedial. I said, okay, well.
Okay, but you're kind of remedial right now, bro. Like
that part, man, about the pills and the definition. I was like, hold on a minute. Are we really going back to to the mid 2000s. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
I
You know,
it really boggled my mind.
and these people have been in the space 10, 15 years. You know
Yeah.
the definition
Damn.
of these things?
I was like, okay, the original. There's only 3. Okay, this basic understanding. Okay, so what?
Yeah.
What's the
BGS,
problem?
Yeah.
real quick, your thought on this clusterfuck that they're doing over there in the Middle East?
Okay. I kind of went. I mean, I kind of went through it. You know, if
Size, yeah.
you know, yeah. I went on my Patreon. I kind of went through it. In fact,
Yeah.
I think that
Mhm.
2 days later, I think Foreign Policy. This chick actually said the exact same thing I was saying in what I was saying in my Patreon. Right. Okay. Okay. I'll say this. Right. Okay.
Mhm.
For the United States to be able to intervene, their power to intervene is waning, right? So
Yes.
and Israel kind of knows that. So if they want to get something done, or their ultimate plan, it's going to have to get done soon. Okay, and I
Yeah.
think that's how come you have, especially after Syria, because it was the day after Syria went to the president from Syria came back from the meeting with Xi. So the 2 days
Mhm.
later, all of a sudden this jumps off. So those two things can't be in coincidence because this thing could have happened at any time. So why 2 days later after a certain events, or a week later after the G77 meets? Why does this jump off? And then why does
Mhm.
this jump off in
Oh,
this massive coordinated attack that would take months or maybe even years to plan?
Yeah.
You just can't walk into
by
Israel.
the way, just a minute, BGS.
Yes, sir.
Y'all like, share, subscribe. BGS Tax is in the effect because he's giving you some real shit right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. What I can't. Well, but that's the gist of it, man. So what I'm saying is, there's not enough information to say who shot John and who the players are, because the United States and Israel are very good at obfuscating and covering their tracks. So it's going to
Mhm.
take a minute for all these things to jump out. But the biggest factor was when Egypt came out and said, we warned them months ago that something was up. Okay,
Yeah.
and Israel is very, very suspicious, and any kind of trigger in the Middle East, Israel normally is on it, right? They
Mhm.
investigate and they send spies, all kind of stuff. And Egypt warns you over and over again that something's up, and you didn't react. That doesn't jive with me. That's not Israel's mo. So that's what kind of hinted to me that this is probably, I'm not saying
Yeah.
planned, but maybe allowed, or it could be any number of things, but
Well,
I'm
it's
not sure
something.
because we don't have enough breadcrumbs. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's favorite president just said that claimed that we have Israel's back if they get in a fight
Of
with
course, of course.
Hezbollah.
Yeah, of course, because they're in on it.
Yeah.
And BGS, you
Yeah.
know what's funny? After the behind the wall, I went to a couple of my military buddies and we just looked at the map and did some I just told him a little bit of the stuff. I'm like, does this make sense? He's like, yep. It was like, yeah, this seems everything that you said. It was like, yeah, it's falling into place. Even all my military buddies we were looking at, we even went through like the map and everything, started looking at it and saying such and such.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, we all agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
reading an article.
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was reading an article earlier, and turns out you were right again. Allegedly, Blinken and them are not listening to the experts.
The thing is that the realist, and it's something that, who said this? Was it, I forget who said it. The realist, like John Mearsheimer, he's the most popular realist, military realist. They all got booted out of Washington D.C. In fact, John Mearsheimer is doing a Substack. That means he's out of favor
Oh,
right
I got
now.
to find him on Substack, but okay.
Yeah, he's on Substack. That means he's out of favor right now. So John
Mhm.
Mearsheimer is inside the Washington consensus. So if all the realists got booted out, that means they're warning them. They've been telling them this shit's not going to work. But thing is, they don't want to hear it right now. So that's probably what's going on. I mean, I've been doing this so long. Like if I see a headline, man, I don't even need to read the article. I see a headline, say, okay, that sounds about right. I can just about tell you what the article is going to say, because just by reading the headline, because I've been studying China and relation with the United States since 1994. So that's a very long time. So I've
It's
seen this
almost
stuff.
30 years, huh?
Yeah, I've seen this stuff roll out, slowly but surely over time. But at this point, I see a headline and say, okay, that's about right. And this stuff with Israel, this goes back to Eisenhower in 1952. Uh, when he kicked France and and Britain out of the Sinai and away from the Suez Canal with the Suez Crisis. Go back and research the Suez Crisis, okay, and that'll give you kind of a I call it a fishbone. Okay, this is I taught Dr. T this, right? Okay,
Mhm.
the way I do history and research, right? I do what I call a fishbone, right? I try to find the tail first. Okay, in other words, where the head first. Where did it start? Where did it
Mhm.
start? Okay, what's the initial point where it started? And then, okay, where am I now? Which is the tail, right? And then all
Right.
the bones in between, okay, as you start adding pieces, they kind of drop in and they kind of connect to each other. Okay, and then you get a kind of a bigger picture, so that makes more sense instead of one individual event and trying to make sense of it. Okay, if you connect them to other events, okay, now this relates to this relates to this happened first, and then it starts to make sense. Okay, if this happened first and something else happened, okay, what would I do? Okay, now that makes sense. Okay, well, then what did they do the last time this popped up? Okay, now this makes sense, right?
Hmm.
Then you kind of get a clear picture. Then you can predict when something happens. Okay, what is their ultimate objective? Okay, what are they trying to do, and why now? So when you add all the pieces up, okay, this is the ultimate objective, and this is a way for them to get in what they want, because
Mhm.
ultimately this is their goal. So if you know where the goal is, okay, then you can see what the steps are. I said, okay, these steps are actually working toward their goal. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys.
Here's
Yeah,
a question for
makes
you.
sense to me.
This is something that
Yeah,
I find a little bit interesting. It wasn't. I mean, I'm talking about the whole Israel Palestine situation.
yeah,
All right, I'm gonna try
uh-huh,
to keep it clean.
okay,
Um,
Mhm.
these are things that I did expect to happen, but my confusion is mostly surrounding why at this moment.
yeah, yeah. It makes it way if you the thing is, if you just look at Israel and Palestine, the United States all together, it doesn't make sense. But when you add in the BRICS, G77, uh, uh,
Yeah.
basically, what's it, Al Bashar um, going to visit China, uh, Saudi Arabia trying to make Saudi Arabia is basically trying to make peace with Israel to basically bring Israel into the BRICS. Okay, that means United States and the West would lose a whole region, right? And
Mhm.
the thing is, the focus, if you think about it, the whole focus of Israel is not the state of Israel. Okay, Israel's planted there close in proximity to what the Suez Canal, because that's the main artery for commerce going into Europe.
Mhm.
Okay. You will double, maybe triple the expense of shipping stuff into Europe if the Suez Canal gets cut off. So that that is the main reason for the whole, in my opinion, for the whole state of Israel. That's my theory. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you and so so far I look at all the wars that have been fought with Israel that all centered around the Sinai. That's my opinion,
Mhm.
but that's just my opinion. That's as much as I'll say about that.
Yeah.
If it
What
makes
do you
sense.
know, BGS?
Yeah, but I came up because Sachi was talking about the bricks and currency and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
basically me and my old team. In fact, my Baba said he wants me to come back and start doing some of that work with him again. My
Mhm.
old team, okay, we saw, especially after the crash, okay,
Mhm.
when the G20, because China forced the G20, okay, China said we throwing back all this money because you guys are freaking up the banks unless we expand the G7. So that's how come the G20 came about. Okay,
Hmm.
G20 came
Mhm.
about like a month or two before the election. Okay, when that being said, China said, okay, we can't trust these Jaspers, so we need to make an alternative system. We can start developing an
Correct.
alternative system parallel to the dollar. Okay. So that
Right.
they've been building that since 2009. What Fauci is saying about you not being able to get off the dollar, and I've been, me and Saucy in agreement, right? Okay, unless you want to crash the whole system like Jenga, right?
Yes.
You can pull all the blocks, right, and basically get rid of the dollar with $21 trillion of currency out there, right? You do that, you're going to pull the whole system. Everybody's going to suffer, right? The
Hmm.
Chinese are not about the Chinese are not about changing the system. They talk about adopting the system, taking it over. They've been about that since the 1990s. Okay, okay, the
Mhm.
system works the way it works, and China is very adaptable. They want to take. They said it's our turn to take it over. Now they're fighting over who takes it over, but things they're not trying to destroy the system. But what are they
Exactly.
doing? What are they doing slowly but surely, right? And me and Sashi been talking about this, right? Slowly but
Mhm.
surely they're selling off bonds. Okay,
Yeah.
not $1 trillion at a time. A billion here, a billion there, a billion here, a billion there. Okay, we're gonna start doing cross currency trade with here and there. Okay, some with dollars, some with rubles, some with whatever. We're not, even with Saudi Arabia, they didn't eliminate the petrodollar altogether. Okay,
Exactly.
but they're
Mhm.
weaning themselves away because it's like being on a drug, for been on a drug for
Like being an opium.
on heroin or opium for 40 years, 50 years, right? If you go off cold turkey, you're gonna die because
That
your
Mhm.
makes so
body's
much
dependent on it.
sense.
Okay, so what they do, Sashi Sashi's the expert, right? Because he does this for a living. If he
Right.
disagrees, he can speak up. But thing is, what they're doing, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna take. uh, China said when they were doing it, when they estimated to 2050 or so, but they
Mhm.
weren't supposed to start till 2035. So
Hmm.
China estimates like 15 and maybe 20 years before the BRICS and the BRICS currency and this trading system actually becomes dominant. If you go back and look at Bretton Woods, right, like the changeover from the old pound to the dollar started in the 1920s. Okay,
Mhm.
it took to the 1950s for the dollar to actually start dominating, become the world reserve currency, especially after Bretton Woods. Okay, it took a very long time. Even when the dollar
It
fell,
took about 30 years. In other words.
it took about really. If you go back, that's why I recommend the book Gold, Dollars, and Power. Okay,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
because it actually documents from 1952 to 1971, and the whole and the turmoil it took to actually solidify the dollar as the currency because people get greedy, right?
Hmm.
And and after 1971, when Nixon took us off the gold standard, that's when we went into the petrodollar. That's why I showed you
Yeah.
guys rollover, right?
Yes.
It went into the rollover. They
Mhm.
found another way to keep the dollar viable with through other means. But the thing is, so basically you've been on Bretton Woods and Bretton Woods 2 since the 1948, and you can't all these systems
Dismantle
dec-
that.
they take decades to build. Okay,
Yeah.
because these are
Mhm.
trust systems. I mean, in other words, you know what? I understand it's bricks. I understand it's crypto. But thing is, you know what, motherfucker? I want to make sure I get my money. Okay.
Right.
And crypto,
And
especially crypto,
you said crypto's too unstable.
it's too man.
It's
You know,
volatile, he
it's
said.
volatile. It's if you bought crypto at 66,000, right, and it's worth so much money, right, and then 2 months later you go to spend it and it's down 2/3, you're not gonna be happy.
Oh
Well, its
yeah.
greatest, its greatest defense is also its greatest weakness. It's not a physical. There's nothing there to say that you claim that you have it. It's in the ether.
Yeah, but it's in the ether. But the thing is, it's not stable. A currency has to be stable. A
To be
dollar,
trusted.
a,
Right.
a, if the dollar makes a 10% swing, man, that causes a whole
Oh
bunch of
yeah.
dislocation, right? Okay,
Yeah.
imagine if you have a currency that made a 300% swing in a couple of months. Okay, and
No,
and,
Mhm.
you don't even have to imagine. Remember Germany after World War One?
yeah,
Like you explained
yeah,
it to me before. It was just like, oh, as soon as they got paid, they had to go to the store and buy that
to
stuff
buy
immediately
something
because
because
it
because the
was
current because
ridiculous.
the value of the currency would change just that fast. That's crypto.
Exactly.
Crypto is not a currency. It's a transfer mechanism. Okay, if you use
Yes.
it as that, if you use it as speculation, you're good. I said, and I keep telling people this. You just keep buying it it's gonna
No.
be good. I said, oh, you know what? I
No.
said it's not built for that. I said it's
Yeah.
not built for that. I said if you want to make money in crypto, right, you have to trade it. Okay.
Yeah. You
Mhm.
have to trade it, or people forget you have to convert it some
You,
way, somehow.
it's got to become to local currency. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and that's why I was saying earlier, and this is why a lot of guys in my profession were telling, the guys on the other side were like, listen, we're not disagreeing with you. What we're saying, you need to understand our system
It's
because eventually you're gonna have to convert the shit.
you have to convert it to, you know, the only universal currency there is in the world is gold. Okay.
Thank you.
And the gold is your base metal. That's why, you know. But even gold, okay, even gold during an emergency is not accepted at a store. You can't go to with a, you know, take a $2,000 a gold coin and go trade it for $2,001 worth of goods. Okay, even then you have to
Convert it.
exchange it. You have to convert it to
Bid
local
on spot.
currency.
That exactly, and then transportation and then storage fees. But
Yeah.
see, like in our space, we can have the whole conversation. But in other spaces, like they like, again, can't see the forest for the trees, man.
Yeah.
So then when you do make comments, oh, you're bashing, you're doing this. No. I'm just giving you the whole picture. I'm not taking any sides. I'm just telling you what it is. That's it.
Yeah. What you know?
BTS, you know, Pimp God. He just pumped Pimp Nation, whatever his name, the Pimp God, I think it was.
Yeah.
He just put out a video today about like the gold reserves and all that stuff. And I was just like, as soon as I heard him, like, yeah, I just want to go buy some gold stocks.
Okay. Remember when you buy gold stocks and stuff like that, it's paper. So
exactly, it's not the real.
I know. But I'm just trying to, you know,
you can go to apex.com and they have monster boxes, or you can buy individual or monster boxes. I would suggest monster boxes. They're certified, but that's where I suggest you go for your gold and silver.
Wait, it's Apex. Wait, it's monster box in Apex?
Apex.com. And you can buy single, but I typically recommend, obviously based off cost, monster box. Just put monster box. You can just either Google monster box, gold or silver, and it's gonna be Apex.
For regular people, I always say if you're gonna buy physical metal, go ahead and buy the silver.
You guys know Anthony Manzo?
Anthony who?
Anthony Manzo?
Not familiar. Why?
I do not.
Have him type in the chat.
Yeah, type in the chat, brother.
Yeah. But I was just saying, you know, I wanted to chime in on what and expand on what Sauchi was saying, right?
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Is that these, you know, because I saw this stuff being built, and basically the Africans were actually begging to get off the dollar, and I think it was 2013. So, you know, this dollar's cost us a whole lot more money. How come you guys just open up this exchange and because they're already buying a Chinese goods, they have to pay it back in dollars, right?
Exactly.
Chinese pay back in dollars. Say, wait a minute, this is too expensive. Why? Let's just do this directly. The Chinese said we're not ready for that yet. So I knew as soon as they clicked on that switch, a whole bunch of people were actually going to jump ship because they've been waiting for it. Go ahead, Sauchi.
But see, BJs, you know, again, when you you know, the thing is with you is that you are literally talking outside most of these guys' worldview. And again, now when we say this, you know, we're elitists, we're the master cheeser, but it's like it's legit.
Yeah,
it's legit, and just he's giving references. Just go read the shit. Damn, go read it for yourself. But
read it for yourself.
I'm telling y'all, just because BGS isn't in my industry, BGS knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is.
Yeah. Now, when I'm wrong, Sauchi, no, I would say I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I'm sitting here like, yeah.
Yeah, because I was actually listening to if you guys really want to listen to some of these currency guys and listen to Tom Luongo, Ghost and Guns, right? They are to the max, man.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Talk about language, and they talk about central banks and exchanges, and my God, it's like you have to take notes, man.
See, that's what I've always been wondering too. Is there a way to combine two separate types of currency and have a successful economy, like having a gold standard while having paper money?
That was literally your Bretton Woods system. Devised. Okay, one exchange is based on gold. Okay, the price of the dollar is set to the price of gold, $35 an ounce, right? And then that price is set to the actual physical currency, okay, as far as exchange, okay. And what you're supposed to be able to do, which France took advantage of, is take $35 of whatever it is and exchange it for an ounce of gold. Okay.
Yeah.
When the United States had like 90% of the gold, that was fine. When it got down to 25%, Nixon said, "Okay, guess what? That's the issue, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
When you have a strict gold currency, you need more balance." Okay.
And
Yeah,
how are you gonna
just a minute,
run?
Salty. Just a minute. Okay, I got 38 watching. Y'all like, share, subscribe, and hit the Cash App. You're getting some real knowledge here.
And for me, this is where I'm a young.
And how can you run deficits on that system? Oh wait.
Yeah, basically the banker has to loan out money and run deficits, okay, in the Bretton Woods system, which works if everybody plays their role. The thing is, what happens, which is why China doesn't want to be the reserve currency. What they really want is like the BRICS, which is a basket of currency, which is go back and look at the I think it's called the IMF special drawing rights, okay. That's what the BRICS currency is basically based on, okay. And they want two things. They want it based on gold, commodities, and then the third is fiat. They want to combine all three of those things and mix it up into whatever formula they're going to mix it up in, and that's going to be your exchange currency. And the thing is actually going to be mandated. That's where AI and the cryptos come in. I figure what was the one that
would this have a lower chance of causing, like, this type of system that you're talking about have a lower chance of causing a huge recession?
The thing is, it'll be more stable because you take the element of human greed out of it, because AI will run it.
It's supposed to, but then remember who's going to be monitoring the AI?
Yeah, well, I said less chance, right?
Exactly.
There's no such thing as zero, okay?
Exactly. So
you're already seeing it because with Fed now, they also instituted I think it's Google's, or is it Amazon's? What is it?
I know they're using Alexa. They're using Alexa, I think. Alexa.
Hold on. Okay, complete my sentence. What was I going to say?
You were asking what is Fed using? What AI company they're using to?
No.
Fed now.
Fed now.
Oh, Fed now. I thought you meant the actual Fed, like the
Federal Reserve Service.
Federal Reserve Service, the interbank
instant payments,
the instant payments, the interbank exchange rate. Okay, how you actually settle payments. You have to settle payments between banks. Okay, and the Fed now is the updated version of bank settlement. Instead of taking it used to be a week, not 3 days, a day. Now it's instant. Okay, so when you cash a check, it's electronically. It goes through instantly, instead of it being, whatever holding period. Well, the thing is, the anti-money laundering feature, I think that was from Google, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's an AI that actually monitors this stuff, like the Trust AI does in China. Okay, that's supposed to be the thing that is supposed to be monitoring the particular system that they're going to set up. I think that.
Oh, BJS, how do you say? You said Talawango? Like, how do you spell that?
Luongo, Luogongo. I think that's what. But it's gold, goats, and guns. If you put it in, that's the
podcast. And I noticed this too. Like, when it comes to the gold currency, I think it's easy. I think it's harder to counterfeit gold currency.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not? I've always assumed that.
You've assumed it. Basically, 40% of your gold is fake. Okay, as we speak. You go back and look at it. If I get a chance, I'll pull it up. The Germans are actually complaining about that. A lot of the gold that they bought from certain places or exchange had titanium cores in it. But the reason they didn't say anything, because guess what? It doesn't matter. Okay, because you're gonna get credit for it anyway.
Yeah.
So if you get a gold bar that's half titanium, right, and you start squawking about it, okay, you're gonna get half the credit because it's not completely real. So they shut up about it. So 40% of your gold, at least back then, was fake.
Oh, so the gold that you saw when they were using the gold standard back in the 20s and 30s, the majority of it was fake.
No. I'm talking about now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah,
Now you're talking about
currently.
You want to have you really want to have a gold discussion? How much do you know about it?
I barely know it because they don't really talk about it in our civics. And like
So how old are you?
I'm 33.
33. Okay. If you study, what's his name? I think it's called The Bankers That Broke the World. I'm trying to remember the title of his book.
Warren Buffett? Is it Warren Buffett?
No, it wasn't
No.
Buffett. It was
Oh,
Lakeem. Actually, he was a British banker. Okay.
You talk about Lords of Finance?
Lords of Finance.
Yeah, Lords of
Yes,
Finance.
Lords of Finance. Thank you, Sauchi. Okay. He talks about it. He said gold is the straitjacket. Okay. The reason that you had to go to either mixed or fiat currency is because of population. If you have a fixed population under gold standard, it's fine, right? Because your population only grows a certain amount. Okay. Probably close to less than 1%. It'll grow over even a decade. Okay.
Man, that sounds like some shit that I said. Oh my God.
It might have been. You have to half the time you don't remember the shit that you say anyway, but it's okay.
Oh Jesus! Oh God!
No,
Yeah.
Ahmed, he actually wrote this book back in Jesus Christ in the mid 2000s, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But the thing is, if you read that, and then you read the about the gold standard, and you read about the Bretton Woods standard, those are two sides of the same coin, right? What was before and what happened afterward. So, but what Lilquist says that with the gold standard, it's fine as long as your population only grows a certain amount. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If your population grows over that, right, you have to devalue your currency. Okay, and then to actually get your currency back on the track, you got to take find some gold, trade for some gold, or actually go take it from somebody else. Okay, what's the easiest way to actually get your economy back on track, especially under a gold standard? Go take somebody else's shit.
Steal, rob someone.
It's called a war.
So the reason,
right?
Exactly.
So the main reason, at least the way that I understood it, and I said it before, but I didn't know somebody wrote about this shit. That's crazy. Goddamn. But
if you mentioned it to me, I would have told you where it came from. So that's probably the part you
shit.
didn't remember.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I put it in the back chat.
When your population exceeds or expands beyond the amount of gold sources that you have to find a way
to find
for
more
them
gold.
to have
Exactly.
Or basically what you have to do, and basically it's still written in.
Or fiat currency. You know?
No. Okay, complete my sentence.
No, I was making my own statement. I said, or you got fiat currency.
Yeah,
but
you cut me off. Okay, no, what you have to do under the old gold standard was actually devalue your currency. Okay, go on austerity measures and basically make your goods and services much cheaper. Okay.
Yes.
Which is still, we still kind of operate under that quasi gold standard because some of that you still see, elements of that you still see, even
in the tech section,
and with the tech, and when you trade, all kinds of stuff, right? When they stagnate your wages and stuff like that, that's them trying to balance out.
I was
hey, am I boring? Because I might be telling too much. Okay.
Yeah, no, and BGS, I was reading a biography, not an autobiography, but a biography on Joe Kennedy. Him screwing with the stock market back then is what caused our country to get off the gold standard and go to paper money, because he was able to manipulate the stock market to the point where it devaluated gold so much that it forced our government to move to paper money and stuff like that.
You always had paper money, okay? Yeah. Paper money is
greenbacks.
Greenbacks have been the case, but the thing is to get people to trust paper money.
Exactly.
And people didn't trust paper money. But what got us off of
Gold standard.
off the gold and into paper money was called the Depression. What did Roosevelt do in 1933? He took all the gold
Oh yeah.
from everybody. Okay, everybody had turned in their gold to take paper money back. That's what got you into paper money.
Oh, and they did it again with who? Nixon.
Well, Nixon.
Well,
Well,
they tried.
they tried. Yeah, there wasn't enough gold to do it. But
Exactly.
but to finish my thought about why a gold standard doesn't work in this environment, right? Is because that's how come the Fed normally works on a 3% inflation rate, right? Because that's the increase to your population, right? When our population rate went down, guess what the Fed inflation rate is, target rate is now? It's about 2%, right? It's because population isn't expanding as fast. But things most people don't make that connection when they say, oh, the inflation rate, Fed target inflation rate is 2% or 3% or 4%, whatever it is, right? It's tied to the rate of population growth. How many people are we going to have to hire 10, 15, 20 years from now? That's what it's tied to.
Yep.
The number of young people coming into the workplace. That's what it's tied to. I don't know if that makes sense.
And also certain people reproducing more kids and producing more kids to the workforce.
What the thing is, okay, the thing is, okay, if young people come in, okay, you have to find money, you have to find currency to hire the young people coming to 18 years and older that turning 18 and coming into the workforce. There's a percentage of people that turn 18, right? Okay. And that's where the inflation rate comes from, the target rate. Okay, 2% of the population is going to be turn 18. We had to increase the inflation rate to 2% to actually widen the pie wide enough to actually get these people into the workforce. That's what it's for.
Yeah. Like all this stuff you guys talk about got where I live. They deleted this off the civics, the economics 101 classes in high school and stuff like that. And
wait, didn't you say you like live down in Florida or something?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the gold standard is, I don't know, even in civics and economics, man. I've talked to economics people that people that had masters in economics, right?
They don't know that shit.
They don't know that because it's never explained. Yeah.
That's why I listen to Richard Wolff all the time. I love him.
Even Richard Wolff doesn't explain it very well. He's not.
They don't teach it in college typically.
No.
And it would depend, in my opinion. I never was like taught it in college, but in some cases it may depend on the teacher. He may go off the course a little bit to give you a little bit of something. Yeah. But that's as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah, it took me about 4 years from right before the crash. It took me about 4 years to actually learn what the gold standard actually was. I had to read through a whole bunch of books. I've done a couple of videos. What's his name? Henry C.K. Liu actually does a good job of explaining the gold standard because he had to explain it to the Chinese.
Henry C.K. Liu.
I will put it in the chat. Okay, just calm down.
Every time you do that, go to my other phone to go and just
I know I was getting ready to go find his website. I was going to put it in the chat. Just calm down. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And for you guys, what are your thoughts on these guys? These former stockbrokers or financial advisors that go into like YouTube and have videos that promote, like they give you information saying you should invest in these stocks ahead of time. Should people trust those, or are those?
Well,
track record.
Yeah, and
who these people are,
and a lot of times the best guys, you won't fucking know. I tell you that right now. A lot of times you won't even know about them, or two, I mean, they're not even gonna do that.
Don't even think about it. I said don't even think about it unless you've done at least 6 months of active trading, paper trading.
I always figure it this way. This is just a thought, because I'm not really following a lot of these finance guys that, are making these YouTube videos for whatever reason. If you somehow knew of a way that could make yourself filthy fucking rich, why would you go around telling the world about it?
Because you're selling a course.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or some people are generous. So nobody will give you everything, but a lot of people will give you something. You have to add
That's
up.
why Warren Buffett is so
When-
smart. He doesn't give you all the information. He gives you like tidbits.
Well, Warren Buffett, the thing is, he can give you all the information. You just can't do what he does.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
got-
He
You
read.
ain't got enough money to do it. The people
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so goddamn far ahead of everybody
Yeah.
else. That's not even
No,
close.
the thing, what Warren Buffett does and the way he actually invests, you got to have a big ass pockets to actually do this shit.
Yeah.
And most people don't. So it doesn't matter. I can tell you, he can tell you his whole portfolio. It doesn't matter. You can't replicate it.
Exactly.
Like LeBron James telling how to play basketball. He can tell you.
He can tell you, but you
But
don't
it doesn't
practice
matter.
what he do.
Practice
Doesn't
3 hours a day.
Yeah. Give you the coaches, give you your whole setup, the weights, everything, his whole program, right?
Yeah.
You can't replicate it because you ain't him. Okay?
Exactly.
So certain people,
Yeah.
certain people, it doesn't matter because you you don't have the pockets for this shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he
No,
does.
and the reason why I brought that up was because I was watching this video and like one of these ads came up of a guy telling you to get this predictive AI that has predicted multiple stocks ahead of time.
It can, but thing is, if you have it, everybody has it. Okay.
And high frequency who are high frequency traders?
Yeah.
How long
Oh
they
yeah.
been around?
You better have some
Come
pockets.
on, man.
You better have some pockets because
Yeah.
they don't tell you about the downside. Okay.
No.
If you have a bad day, high frequency trading, and your pockets ain't deep enough, man,
You're done.
you're done. Yeah.
I mean, like, you're done, or you could be done for life.
You're done. Your house, your car,
Everything.
your bank account,
Everything.
everything. Okay.
I personally, and I always say this, the first thing I tell people, I rarely ever recommend trading for regular folk. I rarely ever recommend going out there and working for yourself because people the common person, they just don't have it. And then even when I do, and I start getting into particulars, like you can see it on their face. I'm like, yeah, I'm just giving you basic shit.
Yeah. If I tell people, say, well, I'm going to trade, I'm going to do this. I said, be prepared to be for 18-hour days. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah,
You trade.
It's not a game.
And I've always wondered what's more safer, fiduciary bonds or regular stocks and stuff like that. When it comes to
It depends on the stock. It depends on the bonds.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's how you know B just knows what he's talking about. The first thing that came out of his mouth, it depends.
If you get something like say PG&E, or you get something like Con Ed,
GE,
Con Ed, which is a electric company, power company. Okay.
Mhm.
You're gonna get your $3 per share every year, no matter what. Okay. People need juice. It's not gonna, they're very stable. Okay. Anything outside of IBM, stable. Okay. Certain stocks are stable. They're almost like bonds. Okay, if you can buy them. All right. The dividends are been regular for the last 20, 30 years. Okay. Unless they go out of business, they're not going out of business. Okay. Those are like bonds. Okay. It depends on the bonds that you buy. Something like treasuries, most of the time are good, right? Okay. State bonds most of the time are good.
Just a minute,
Okay.
BGS.
Yes, sir.
45 watching. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App and support the show. The BGS tax is in effect
And the Saucy tax, especially because
Saucy tax too.
Yeah.
and BGS, what's the difference between a fiduciary and a standard bond? Are they the same thing, or are they two completely separate things? I'm asking these because
fiduciary means that it's backed by something. In other words, there's a contract, right? It means there's a certain amount that they have to come up with, and you can actually go back and in case the bond goes belly up or something happens with, there's people that are actually responsible for it, right? Okay.
Right.
Government bonds are like that. Federal bonds are like that. Whereas, like corporate bonds, are different because they're not fiduciary. Okay, if it goes belly up, you took a risk.
You're screwed.
You're screwed. You could be screwed. Okay.
Man, BG just got my mind stimulated right now.
So when you go buy bonds, you can tell by the interest rate, man. The higher interest rate you get, man, the more flaky the risk that you're going to take. It's risk. Or how much risk do you want to take?
Exactly. Right now and this is why this is why I've been saying for the past like week, 2 weeks, is especially with the treasuries.
Yeah.
Right now, and that's why I keep on saying real rich people don't have to take any risk. You can dump your money, 5-10 million in the treasury right now, get your 5% guarantee, not pay any income tax, and you're gonna see over 400,000 and live off of it. I mean, depending how you live, and you can live off of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to get out of fiduciary, go to Ghana and take $1 million, get your 13%. Okay, and cross. You know, it's probably you're probably gonna get your money. But the thing is, you know, if a black swan flies over the bank, okay, it's a wrap. Okay. But you're gonna make more money, but it's not fiduciary.
Exactly, man. So I mean, there's options, but it depends on your knowledge, and then it depends on your goals.
The reason why I brought the treasury, you're gonna get your money. Okay,
exactly.
Yes, the reason why I brought up those predictive AI this applies to like them predicting stocks that are gonna affect other stocks. Like if you buy like a computer chip company that's gonna affect the AI in the future and stuff like that. That's what this predictive AI is doing, predicting stocks that are going to affect other stocks, not just that one stock.
Well, the thing is, it's a tool just like anything else, man. And the thing is that does that bitch work on what you're trading? Okay, and you have to know. Okay, you're the pimp. Okay, that stock or that AI is your hoe. Okay. And 9 times out of 10, the hoe's going to do exactly what you think it's going to do, right? Every now and then, the hoe will go left. So you have to see how that hoe works, what conditions, and how to trade it, just like anything else. It's a tool. Because if you use the AI wrong, you're going to lose money.
Yeah.
How do you use your hoe? How do you put your hoe on the street? How do you train your hoe? Okay. What block do you put your hoe on? This is gonna make you the most money.
They call it machine learning for a reason. You have to train those AIs to do that shit properly.
Even if somebody trains it for you, it's still a tool, okay? And you have to observe. You have to observe how the AI works in real time trading. Okay. In other words, give it 6 months. Say the stock's gonna go up in like 3 months. See if it does, and how many times does it? Okay.
Yep.
I think it was you or Equalizer that says we need to realize AI is run by humans too. So technically, it's still a human controlling that AI, that predictive AI.
The AI is designed. AI runs by itself. A human can't control it. The thing is,
correct.
But they actually program it, design it.
There it is. Yeah.
So that's the problem. How does the AI think, and how does it react to certain conditions? You have to know what those are. Don't go to sleep on your AI. Let's put it that way.
Don't like Terminator.
All AI does is give you a signal. That's all. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. You can actually automate it to where it actually does it for you.
Right.
Okay.
To be honest, I think you guys said it best. Like the educational system is not there to teach you. It's there to control you and basically and tell you what you're supposed to know, not what you need to know.
It's supposed to socialize you so you can fit into society. That's what it's
correct.
Supposed to
do.
Yep. I wish half of this stuff you guys are telling me was taught in school.
Seriously. Well, it depends on the school that you go to, sir.
Yeah.
Public schools down here in Florida are trash. So
no, if you go to a private school where your mom and daddy pay like 20 grand a year, you might learn it.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford that.
You get taught more.
The vast majority of people cannot afford that, bro. That's how. I mean, again, that's just how life is. But thank goodness for the internet, and look where we are right now. BJS is in freaking LA. I'm in the DC area, so
why y'all need to get a cash app. I ain't got one cash app yet today, so.
Yeah. I got you, AB. After when I'm off of this, I got you.
So all right. But this is some stuff you're not gonna learn in your average school. So
yeah, but I put the link to Henry C.K. Lou. Put in gold and put in the dollar, and he's got whole damn near books on this shit. The essays are like maybe 20 pages long that he writes on this shit. So
Yeah.
In fact, the China actually took him out of service.
Yeah.
I know everybody's not being cheap now. You know, pay the man. This is something you're not getting.
Are there still major developing countries that still use the gold standard, or most?
Nobody uses
everybody?
gold. Nobody.
Literally nobody.
Everybody's on a quasi gold standard. The country that went on to try to go on the gold standard was Libya. Okay, and then Saudi Arabia wanted to go back to Nare. I don't know how far that went. That's the last one to actually try it.
Isn't that how Greece went bankrupt? Weren't they going on the gold standard?
No. Greece went bankrupt because they got caught up with those bonds in 2008 and couldn't pay them off. It's called the vampire squid got to Greece.
Vampire squid.
You know, if you know, right?
I never heard that before.
Saucy's laughing his ass, so he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what? You remember? Yeah, okay. You know what happened in Greece, right, Saucy?
Mm-hmm.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened to Greece. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Greece and Germany came to collect, and so Greece went belly up.
So most major developing countries are on a quasi gold standard, but not a full gold standard.
You can't. Nobody can be on a full gold standard.
It's not you got a bigger population than you have the amount of gold. So,
and you got to trade. You got to trade, and there's not enough gold to trade with. Like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody would be bankrupt actually, all around. I mean, look at that's what. There's a reason why when old boy Gaddafi was taken out of power, because he was going to trade gold for oil and no longer the dollar. So
I think that's what happened with Saddam was sitting on big piles of gold when they killed him. I read something crazy like that.
I'm going to say this. I'm not an expert. I might have done some time in Iraq, maybe sort of, kind of, but
kind of. My bad. That's it.
I mean, maybe 18 months, maybe not, but the dude had gold toilets, man. He had gold AKs. I mean, gold 6 when we went to his. I literally stayed a week in his palace, in one of his palaces. So, yeah.
Oh wow.
You gotta think about it. There were multiple reasons why. You know, it was also the whole China. You know, it's all kinds of reasons. You know, it was he had an axe to grind because of his daddy about 10, 15 years prior. It's a couple of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But
so it was
the nigga tried to call him and kill my daddy.
It's almost revenge, basically, for him. His dad.
I'm not an expert, but sort of, kind of, maybe, sort of, kind of.
Sort of, kind of, really, not really, really, not really, really, not really.
No, we were not. We were not waiting for just Israel to be the eyes and ears of the Middle East. We kind of wanted to set up bases, and you know, the money start getting funny, and
that's why they call it funny money.
Oh yeah, so you sort of kind of laughing. Yeah, nobody was laughing when the money got short. So, you know, we don't have enough money for homeless, but we got about $8 billion somewhere in the Christmas jacket from last year to give the Ukraine, and another couple of billion for.
Hey, BGS, by chance, have you been able to see that movie Dumb Money about the GameStop stock? That went crazy.
I haven't seen. We actually talk to you too. We actually live talking about that, man. Like,
yeah,
it was actually happening, but
when that happened, you were live.
We were actually talking about it when it was actually going live. So going down, where it got crazy.
When it went cheap and a whole bunch of people like bought the stock.
Basically, okay, this is what happened. I'll say this, right? Saucy can chime in if I get it wrong, okay? What happened is that you have this big fund, several funds that actually take down, actually short a weak company to make money, right?
Yes.
And because nobody's looking, nobody's going to invest in this dog, right?
That's right.
So they actually short the stock to zero to make as much money as they can, right? As long as nobody buys this dog, they're cool, right? What if somebody start buying this dog, Okay. Okay.
Oh
Then they have
shit.
to put more money into it, right? Okay. You got to cover. Have to cover your shorts. Okay. And then what if a whole bunch of people start buying this dog, right? Okay. Then the price starts going up. That means your shorts it gets more expensive as you cover your shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to war with these people. Okay. And as long as there's a few small investors, that's fine, right? They're gonna get actually taken out, right? But if a whole bunch of actually combine together, like a whole bunch of little people combine together to start buying this dog, right?
Right.
Oh shit.
Body.
It starts to escalate because no matter what, they have to cover these shorts. As they cover it with more and more money, the price goes up. And at a certain point, it actually goes to astronomical. That's what happens.
Mhm.
A lot of these funds that will normally do business this way and not get caught, the internet and Robinhood and these trading vehicles actually give little people actually a way to actually fuck them over, right? So they bent over trying to pick up all this gold, and guess what? They got a big old shaft, right? And they couldn't straighten up. It's too late, right? Okay, you caught.
Those people are crying so bad at the end.
And so what has to happen is the fund has to go, semi-defunct. Okay, the government has to come in and actually settle this because they can't pay it. They can't have all these funds destroyed, so they have to come in and settle it.
Yep.
So it's, nobody's 100% happy. Okay, it's because then the investors not gonna get all their money, and the funds are going to take a big haircut.
Oh yeah.
So that's what happened.
So that was the result of people short selling that stock, basically.
No.
Of
not-
those
not- no. Okay, okay. The way shorts work, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sauchi, is that you borrow the stock, right? And if you do naked shorts, you borrow a lot of. You don't actually have the physical stock itself, right? You
Right.
borrow it in puts, right? So you buy all these puts naked, right? Because you have all this money to back it up. You haven't invested $1 into it, right?
Yes.
Because you borrowed it, right? On your word that you would cover it, right?
Right.
Okay? And as long as
Yeah.
everything goes well,
You're fine.
you ain't put out hardly any money. You make a ton of money about bankruptcy. This company driving it down to zero, right?
Yeah.
Somebody counters that. Enough people actually counter that, right? It gets more expensive, right? So it takes more money to actually cover it. And then what happens when you have what they call margin calls, right?
Right. They gotta pay all that.
In other words, and when GameStop was $5, it's fine. It's $6, okay, we can handle it. It's $7. It's cool. At $10, your broker's actually calling, hey, you got to cover this shit.
Yeah.
I read an op-ed recently. This guy said the only way these stockbrokers are successful with short trading or short selling, like you said, is they have to have insider information in order to be that successful.
Yeah. Well, not
No.
okay. This is something that they do all the time, right? About companies that are dogs that are actually going to go bankrupt. Okay, they get in because they're unloved, right?
Yeah.
They take all these unloved stocks like GameStop and others, especially during COVID, right? GameStop and all these unloved companies, okay, and they short them, okay, because nobody's gonna come in and buy this shit. They would be fools to buy it, right?
Exactly.
So they think that nobody's looking. It's gonna go down to zero. Nobody's gonna care, right? What if somebody cares? He said, okay, if we buy this stuff up, we put pressure on the on these funds, okay?
And that one guy in Boston did that, which is practically unheard of.
He did one guy in Boston, but he got a whole bunch.
Exactly.
People off of Reddit and everything, man. That was a great thing. I'm glad they saved my GameStop.
Yeah,
that's
Reddit,
my library.
Reddit, Robinhood, all this money started coming in and actually buying the stock instead, right? Putting pressure on the fund, right? And when the first margin call at $10 came in, I said, okay, I think it cost them like $1 billion to actually cover that short the first time at $10. Okay, and guess what happened to the price? It jumped, it doubled. Okay, instead of 10, it was 20 because all this money came in, right? Okay, now they have to cover that shit. Okay, and so now there's a war between the short seller, which is the funds, and the people, right?
Yep,
And
that's what they was trying to. That's why
they were trying to force all the people that were buying the shit to sell out early. Okay.
No, and also another thing they
Hey
did.
man, the people just like the stock, man. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. We just like
Another
the
thing they
stock.
did.
It's just a good stock.
Once they saw weakness, what it is, they tried to threaten these people, right?
Yeah,
And
they
got stubborn.
off.
They
What
got
happened?
pissed off.
Well, this what happened during the Robin Hood.
We
They
would
lied
rather,
to them.
we would rather go broke than have you guys fuck over us. They
Right.
set their back and they said we're not gonna sell it at any price. Let it go up.
Yep.
Start buying
Yes.
more. That was the problem.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
That's what-
It
well-
got personal. Go ahead.
Well, no, you remember too also with the Robin Hood stuff, because that was when I was doing my super stock shit.
Yeah.
When they with the Robin Hood stock, one of the things they did is this: they even tried and they did illegal maneuvers.
Oh yeah,
making it so that Robin Hood people and people on what was that other one? Webull couldn't sell their stocks.
Okay.
Did you notice that? They were couldn't buy their stock. They stopped them from buying.
Yeah.
Which on terms, I got to go to show you that there was, which was technically illegal because you stopped other people from buying the stock, which would have drove the price up even more.
Yeah.
That goes to show you that's the one reason why Robin Hood lost a lot of credibility, and how you don't hear nobody talk about Robin Hood no more is because they got caught. They caught with that shit, and they did that bullshit, and that's why nobody talks about them no more.
The Fed, the SEC put pressure on Robin Hood to do that because they're twisting their arm.
That's right.
But
that's what happened.
But Robin Hood took it's like this. They were put pressure on it, but because they folded, Robin Hood got the black eye for that.
Listen to me, okay? You don't. When I say pressure, you don't know what I mean, okay?
When
the Fed puts pressure on you, that's a whole different story than just regular guys, okay?
Oh, yes.
We'll actually pull your certification if you don't do this, okay?
Yes. Yeah. In other words, do what we say or else.
Or else, yeah.
I know. They were in a rock. They was in a rock and a hard place. There was nothing they could do.
No. They had a gun to their head.
Yeah. But I mean, nothing they could do. But think about it. They destroyed that company to protect those people.
Because Robin Hood was not certified. They shouldn't have been doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
Right. They weren't licensed to do that shit.
They weren't TD. They weren't TD Bank. They weren't Charles Schwab. They weren't none of those.
Fidelity.
No, they weren't any of that.
Exactly.
But the Fed allowed them to do it. Okay.
Yes, and I knew it was a problem when I saw that. I was like, this is going to be the floor for all the amateurs to get in to get slaughtered.
Yeah.
And well, the problem with Robin Hood too, and then afterwards they just went. They had too many wave problems after that.
They always had the problem. The thing is that the Fed and the SEC allowed them to do this shit. But the thing is when this thing with GameStop, and I think it was another one. What was it? AMC? It was AMC.
It was
AMC.
There's several of those things. They actually said that this stuff has to come to a stop because it's actually fucking up the whole game. They put pressure on Robin Hood. People like that. They actually stop them from buying this shit.
Real quick, thank you, Lewis, and thank you, Judge, for the cash apps. Continue.
So when I saw Robin Hood and all these Webull and all this kind of stuff, this is janky, okay? But as long as you make money, I have no problem with it. The thing is, at some point, something's going to happen. They're actually going to get their ass ripped. That's what happens. Yeah.
See, since all three of you guys are,
I want it time, y'all. I know y'all excited, but calm down.
I'm done. I hear ESG scores are probably going to be going away because
I said this back. What is 2023? So I said this back in 2021. It was all on my Instagram. I was telling people, like, listen, the math doesn't make sense. Of course, people are getting upset. Oh, you don't like the planet? You're not listening to me.
Right.
The math doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
Bye ESG.
So now you had all those guys in the last. Well, now people that shit started blowing up with all those specs in the last 2 years, and it's like, and people try to take things and reinvent them and make them more exotic than it needs to be. I'm not saying that we don't need these certain things. I'm saying if the map doesn't make sense, if it's not profitable, and I'm not talking, some astronomical profitable number. I'm just saying, if it's just not profitable, first and foremost, these specialists that you're going to need to do these projects, you're not even going to be able to attract the best of them. So what are we talking about? That's how I look at it. But
Yeah, and Equalizer, Dr. Dre, Judge Dre, and BGS. What are your guys? Since you guys,
real quick. Once again, thank you, Lewis, for the cash app for the Brios.
okay. What I was going to ask, what are your guys?
Go ahead.
From the financial point of view, what were your guys' opinions on that scam artist Sam Bankman-Fried? How did he get caught by bragging too much, or was it just like over? Was he overconfident, or was it stupidity on his part?
Probably both, all of them, the above. I don't really know about it, but probably all of the above, though.
I don't know. Ask Salchi. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, don't know about
the Dogecoin, the Dogecoin guy, the
no. The Dogecoin guy, I know you're talking about. The reason that Dogecoin really had, and I'm not gonna lie, oh my fucking God, I was in, and I really fucked up. I put like just give an example. This was back when I was in the stocks, and a friend of mine wanted to put a stack in. I didn't do it. We put like $25 in the Doge at that time. That $25 turned to $6,000.
Okay, you cash out?
Put 1,000 in it. I I was so pissed off because she was like, I would just let it sit there. That'd been we calculated up that 1,000 would have been like 190,000.
Okay.
And I was so pissed off. We only put $25 in, but say turn $25 into $6,000.
You cash out?
I got right.
No.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh, you did?
Of course.
God.
All right, good man.
Definitely. We definitely cash out. We put a new furnace in the house. But I mean, but the problem with Doge was it was more of a fad.
Yeah.
That's because
it's a meme, dude. It was a meme from the beginning.
It's a tulip.
It wasn't real.
It wasn't real. Tulip.
No.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried is FTX. The guy from Miami, the guy who got his stadium named after him.
Oh, yeah, you talking about him? No, his was all a scam, because basically what he was doing is this: he had actually created other. It was like this. It's like saying this: I'm the bank, and I say that this is worth X amount, and I give you a loan on that which I gave the bank, which I took money out of, which this is technically hasn't really been valued by anybody but me. So that's how the scam was. You understand what I'm saying? It's like saying I set the value, Judge sets the value of what it is. Judge gives you Judge is the one who owns the most of it. I sell it to a person like as a bank, and I put it in holding as if it's worth 500 million, even though it's not, because I set the price of how much I said it's worth, and then I get a loan on it and sell it like that way. So basically, it's like that. That basically is like you created something out of nothing, and that's basically how you got caught.
He was basically Fire Festival guy, basically.
Well, you can't be. It's kind of like I'm the property manager, but yet I'm the contractor, and then I am the. So basically, what I do is, as a property manager, I hire the contractor, who is me, and then I don't, and I set the price and then fuck them all over again.
So he was doing. He was basically playing the bank, the blockchain guy, and the stockbroker, basically 3 jobs in one. That's how he got caught. He got too cocky, basically.
So I said it was a meme. It wasn't real. He was it was a big fucking meme. Basically, he was basically setting up a goddamn Ponzi scheme for himself. So yeah, he's gonna get caught.
He's a young version of Bernie Madoff, if you guys remember who that was.
Yeah.
He should have just done that once.
Bernie Madoff. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he did it 3 times. That's what fucked him up, though. He should have done it that once. The one time you did it, you could have probably said, "Well, look, I thought this, said that," and you probably try to find a way to wiggle out of it because you are white and you know what I mean. You got the privilege, but whatever. No, you're not gonna do it a third time, a second and third time, and get out of it. Just what happened to him.
Yeah, I noticed that if it was people like us that were doing that, we would have been thrown in jail for 20 years right away.
Oh, right. That's the reason why it took him so long. He should, like, literally, when I was listening to the thing and I was watching it, I'm like, well, wait a minute. How can I, who owns the most, set the value and then sell it to somebody else? I mean, like, you realize, I mean, gonna lie, I was sitting there like, God damn, if that's not illegal when I saw it first happening, I'm like, well, shit, I need to go back to scams. Because I mean,
Well,
he
that's
was
the
better than I
thing.
was.
That's the thing. It was illegal.
Well,
That was the
but
point.
I was surprised he was able to do it twice, and then the third time without. I mean, he did it 3 times. I mean, like, you understand? I mean, remember, I told you I did dirt. How the fuck do you keep? You know what I mean? I mean, only a stupid person would do it that many times. You should have just took that one win and called it a day. At least you could have.
He's gonna be on American Greed.
But you understand? I mean, remember, like I told you, when we was taking, like I said, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on,
Lou?
Yo,
got any prices to scare us with today? I'm just saying.
No. Everything leveled out.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it should have.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to hear, at least.
At least until Jerome Powell does something.
Yeah.
BJ, did you
oh
see
shit,
the?
is he turning back on the money printer yet?
I
I'm
haven't
fucking
seen it yet, Salchi.
Okay. They're I just they
You got that? You heard that?
they're projected 2%. You know, they're doing what they're doing until they get to 2%.
Yeah, they got to get back down to poverty. But the thing is, they imported so many people over the past year. So with all the difference.
Exactly, and he did acknowledge that, which I was surprised. Like, he's like, yeah, the immigration there. I was like, oh, he's acknowledging that.
The thing is, the internet. The one thing that social media is doing is actually no, they actually spreading information. They can't tell as many lies. They have to tell more truth now.
True.
People know about it. Yeah.
Too many of us. This is the problem too. Young people, they don't watch the news like they do. The young people get their information from like websites and shit like us.
Yeah, we don't trust them motherfuckers. That's the whole thing. Nobody trusts the goddamn news or the government.
Especially since the thing with Ukraine, man, you can't even trust the bastards. But too much. Man, it's ridiculous.
I hate to say something. I don't trust none of the shit with Ukraine. I don't trust none of the shit with. I hate to say something. It's got the internet has become, and especially the news has become such a lie so much. I trust black women more than I trust the news.
Damn.
See, and I've said this. I've actually said this, Equalizer, with you and AB by ourselves, that like on a previous stream, that you're never gonna, like, the national media has become so, they care more about sensationalism instead of the facts. You're never gonna have reliable guys like a Cronkite or a Murrow anymore, where they hold the audience for that whole hour and stuff like that.
Cronkite was part of CFR.
Cronkite was CFR?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
he's too big to, he's too big
general,
to
like,
go around unmonitored. You're not going to be allowed to do that. That many people.
Yeah, and in general, I think anybody 30 and below has a attention span of a gnat. We can't be watching something like that. They've actually done tests where they say your generation's attention spans were a lot longer. That's why you guys were able to watch these news guys for an hour and a half.
Socialize differently. That's all.
You got 5 minutes with these young people. Usually after about 2.5, they're not really paying attention. You better hit them hard.
Unless it's entertainment, and then
they'll
focus. You know,
and
they can play a video game and sit there for 8 hours. They can focus.
I don't know.
Exactly.
It depends on the age cohort. Yeah, I mean, they've done studies surrounding that.
So, bro, can I get a $1.50 Dutch? Any kind of the $1.50 Dutch, as long as it's soft.
You buying dinner?
No, he's at work.
Yeah, but
okay.
Jess, you sit up here and say that their attention span is bad. I've noticed their attention span in the younger generation is really bad when it comes to look at the game that even the young people play.
How far is it down there?
No, but I mean, they don't
Go
play
ahead,
none
you're
of that.
muted, maybe.
Who is that?
That's
Is it
Louis.
soft?
That's Louis.
Yeah, they don't play none of that shit. Like literally, none of them could ever play games like
Thank you.
Destiny or like do any of the raids or stuff like that.
They
Because
play Fortnite and stuff like that.
right, have the attention span to do all that complex stuff and get it done in a timely fashion. They don't. Like I've even noticed that my
Well,
young
that's what I was saying just a second ago. There was just a couple. There were been a handful of studies that have come out on that very subject. It depends on the age cohort, man. Like, so it depends on like what age exactly. So if you're talking about from, I think it went from 12. I think it might have been from high schoolers, or then into adult ages, like from 12 or 14 to 18. They were talking about they have an attention span of like around a minute.
Yeah.
And then they were saying that people above that age from 18 to I believe they said like 30, it's around 5 minutes. But then for 30 plus, it's around 10 to 15 minutes. But I mean, like it's mostly due to our education system and also a lot of different entertainment and technology that's come out within this time period, man. The socialization has changed drastically from when BGS was coming.
Wait a minute. What was the attention span for 40 people in their 40s and 50s? You said 30 plus. So
I'm at work right now. I'd have to literally go back and find out exactly where I read that at to be 100% accurate. I'm trying to be precise, but there's literally a study surrounding this. They did a study. You might even be able to Google it. Like while I'm telling you about it, you might be able to Google it. Study around attention span. Just Google that shit. You might find it, man. Like through Google Scholar or something. And they did a whole fucking panel, and they did it surrounding the different age cohorts and the different generations. And they found a stark contrast in between people that are older and younger, man. Like attention span has been going down for quite some time now. It's not a new development. It's just been getting worse. That's all.
Yeah, well, we noticed that in our Destiny days with that. We're like, if you notice, most of the people who were completing raids and doing all that stuff, like
I can confirm that
they were all in our age group. Like there were very few young raid groups. Like it was all like mid-30s and up.
Yeah, and the people who were successful at Warzone and Call of Duty were your guys' age.
Yeah. We were like,
one at a time, y'all.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, BGS, I can confirm that with my shorts. I'm killing it on the shorts.
Okay.
On my views, I'm up to 100,000 now.
The thing is, you don't make no money in shorts. That's the only problem.
That's the only problem. You'll get a lot more traction to your channel. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, because I'm going towards 700 now.
If you want to make money off the shorts, take that same short and make it a regular video.
You know what? I'm gonna make a video. BGS don't know shit about the red pill.
I sure don't, man. never claimed to be, sir.
I had to give my response this morning about that shit. And I said, look, I gave in-depth definitions about it, and I said, look, if your definition is not close to this, because the census said, look, this is what blue pill is. Blue pill is what your social norm and mores are. How to be indoctrinated, how you were indoctrinated into your culture. Red pill is awareness. Black pill is what? Seeing the world without morality. That's it. That's all.
It's all
right. Dang, even a Baltimore motherfucker got that.
Yeah. The thing is, when he didn't know that pickup artists were part of the red pill, that means what he was actually talking about. It's common knowledge. MRAs, pickup artists, and MGTOW, first red pillars. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
but when they don't know that, then okay, you guys don't know what you're talking about. All right, you're just guessing. You guys been in this space.
Well, that's because a lot of this information, man, like you said, I don't know if you said this, but a lot of this information is becoming how do I put this, more obscure now because the red pill, at least insofar as, you know, we got so many regular motherfuckers jumping in now on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
They don't understand where the history of this shit actually originated anymore. They're just trying to basically get on.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, and so they don't know where this shit actually, where it came from. They're jumping on, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years late at this point.
Well, the good thing I'll say about that is like this, as being one of the people in the beginning where we talked about relationship and how the real world works and all that shit. The beautiful thing is, it's just the truth. This is the problem. The red pills is like the truth, kind of like it is. So it really doesn't matter who said it first. It matters that these motherfuckers know. That's the main thing. That's more important. And I try to tell people all the time, we don't care who said it first. It's like, you know, the first person said 2 + 2 is 4. We don't really care who said it first. We just know that it's right.
Well, when it matters more when people try to remix it to essentially redefine it, and rejigger it to mean what they want it to mean.
Yeah,
and that's when it becomes a bit of an issue. And that's really where that's a part of the reason why, you know, the MGTOWs have been causing so much of fucking, you know, dust up lately over the past couple of years, is because this shit is transforming into something completely different. We're getting sick of it.
Yeah.
But remember, there's con artists all the time. Like, you know, like I sit back and I'll follow and I'm surprised that, like, after all that shit with Derek Jackson, you think that the motherfuckers will still be jumping on him. They left that nigga alone.
The attention span was too short.
Right. You right. That's true. The attention span, just, well, especially with women too. That's as you say, they're a little bit different than us. They forget shit they want to forget.
Hey, question. You know about the attention span thing? I realized one thing is like, what's it called? When it comes to me, I do kind of have a short attention span, but it's really because, like, it gets, what's it called? It's basically you guys are not you guys, but the way how the message is delivered is so damn slow. So that's why I normally just put my shit on to, like, you know, 2-point speed, or like even when I'm reading a book on my Audible stuff, I put that thing up to the max at 3.5 and just listen to it. And so that kind of helps me listen to everything. And plus, my brain works a little bit better at that speed.
Because you have to focus at that speed. So you can't be doing anything else if you listen to it at that speed. You have to focus.
Well, do you ever think older realize that just sitting there just doing something like that is almost a waste of time? So you value your time as you get a little bit older. I know.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you listen to it at 2x speed, you have to focus harder. So you can't be doing multitasking. That's why people do it.
And plus, I speak you know, Jamaican patois really fast, so I don't really do like slow speaking shit so much. It's really like I like my stuff fast and to the point.
Yeah.
Maybe you had no patience anymore. Maybe you could be getting like me.
That too. I don't have patience for a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
Like your patience is like non-existent. I already said non.
If you've been trained to not focus, you know, quick changing things, something that actually makes you focus, like speeding up the rate of speech. Okay, you have to lock in and focus, otherwise you'll actually miss a whole bunch of stuff. So it's actually a good exercise.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, that's why it works for you, because other than that, the attention span would actually drift. But the thing is, if you locked in at 2x speed, you have to lock in and pay attention to it.
And then plus, I kind of look at it like I'm driving to New York. It's like, oh, I want to beat that freaking time. It's like, oh, yeah, I just needed to say to hurry up. So come on, I want to beat this damn time. Oh, it's an hour. Oh, it may last 30 minutes. Or something.
I don't know how people do it, man. If a person's speech pattern is too fast, I can't even in normal conversation, bro. Yeah, if a person talks too fast, I get lost. I'm like, bro, you gotta slow down, man.
That's what sounds like. I speak patois.
Yeah, you can't.
You know, that shit bothers me.
You can't jump in the gym and bench 350. You have to work up to it.
Oh yeah, you gotta work on that shit.
Yeah, you can't do it off the bat. You can't just jump in and press 3x and especially followers. You have to work your way up to it.
Yeah.
Okay, what you think about the whole Israeli thing?
We talked about that
Part
earlier.
4.
Part 5.
Go back like an hour or two.
I went 10 seconds. It's a thing. 10 seconds, straight to the point. 10 seconds.
America's losing power. Israel's got to do it now if they want the whole Israel, and America wants control of the Sinai. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 10 seconds.
Okay, good. All right, I was thinking something similar, but cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Another news. I reported on this yesterday. These tracks are suffering depression.
Basically, it's called reality. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Economy. Okay. Withdrawal of government benefits. Okay, they have to do it. Okay. Economy, inflation,
easier,
and AI taking their jobs. 1, 2, 3. So who's the first person to actually talk to HR when they're getting ready to do cutbacks? Or women? Women know before you do.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, girl, you better do something, right? You better look out because they told me in 6 months they're gonna start cutting jobs. Am I on the block, girl? Well, you know what? Your position man gonna cut back like 50%. I don't know if it's you or not, but if I was you, yeah.
Hey, BGS, have you noticed, man? It is becoming. I mean, I guess maybe for whores like me, I guess, but
Yes, you easy, yeah.
I mean,
so hey, what is the price of coffee nowadays, man?
man, dude, man.
Somewhere around 2 chicken wings, I'd imagine.
Anyway,
I just got 5 wings just now, so I'm good.
Anyway, go ahead, Jay.
Let me go ahead and say this before she get home. I said, man, so I go out. Oh shit! I'll let y'all know I'm still a whore, but I go out.
What else is new?
Here.
What else is new? Go ahead.
I don't know.
In other news, go ahead.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I am a educated. Okay, educated.
You bullshit.
Hey, you're a former Ray, but it's okay.
No, educated lame. I don't get that much.
Hey, BGS, I wish I had that clip. That baby, bullshit.
Oh yeah, the baby bullshit. Hey, you've been listening to BGS, haven't you, young man?
But no, realize but
when I heard what's his name, Richard Wolf say the same thing. So they've been listening.
Yeah, but no, when I sit up here and I say, okay, cool, and you sit up here and you mess around, and I'm looking up here, and I sit up here, I hook up with this chick. So the next day I hook up, come to find out I hook up with another chick. Come to find out the chick that I hooked up with this next time, she's an older lady. She's got to be like 48. The one I hooked up with before, she's like 20 something.
Okay, yeah.
Come to find out, that's like her aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them done told her, that I'm best man, both of them.
Mm-hmm. And but Dre.
No. What makes it worse? How you know that this? They both cool with it.
Dre's a working man. What options do they have?
They both cool with it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they're like, well, yeah, you gonna call me, right?
Yeah, but y'all thought I was crazy, didn't you? When I said it like 5 years ago, huh?
Oh man, I ain't do admit, man. I thought.
Go ahead, say it.
Well, we ain't done. I'm not done. So I'm sitting here sitting with the older chick, right? I'm sitting here sitting with the older chick. I'll go over to the house. We sitting there with the chicken. Sit there, smoke a little bit.
Right.
Like her friend was like, oh, and I'm up here like I'm looking at her, and I'm like her friend looking at me, and I'm like, well, what? And it's like, hey, Dre, and how you doing? I'm like, what's going on? And all like this. Man, they gonna let you smash them all. You niggas out here better be getting as much as you want and don't be paying a dime.
You got chicken wings. You ain't shit, Jay.
Hear what I said, nigga.
It sound like he on that air mattress time, man. It sound like he knows something about it.
Hey, go ahead and play it, AB. if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. You gotta get AB's laptop fixed.
Yeah.
You gotta get some thermal paste, man, and open that bad boy up. I
guess Dre is like the male version of a working girl.
I am not.
The bottom line is this: BGS is right.
But no, I'm just saying it's just becoming easy. I'm like, you don't need, I hate to say more. Do like no, I normally had to put like a little bit of work in, like say like I got a pick up my nails and carry them
Uh-huh.
inside.
Yeah.
Now I just sit out in my truck and it come there. You know what I mean? It's
Wait,
like,
wait,
Man,
hey,
if dudes in 2023 are still paying for dates, I don't know what's wrong with you, bro.
and
right.
Something wrong with you.
the hunters have become prey. Okay, that's what's
Dude,
happening.
I'm sitting back and the chick sitting up there with another chick next to me, and I'm like, what? You can. And she's
Yeah.
sitting up there fondling in her pants, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, so what? I can smash both of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's not a, wait,
Yes.
I done hit your niece and you.
Yeah.
And now you sitting up here talking about wait.
In other words, we got one. Okay.
Who?
In other words, you're prey. You don't realize you're prey. You're not a hunter. You're
The predator has become the prey, sir.
Yes.
They're trying to make one of your fantasies come to life, you know.
Yeah. In other words, that's the bait. Okay.
You get the auntie and the niece. That's a
I
point
ain't gonna
right
lie
there.
to you, bro. I
and the
had
best
this
friend.
white.
The
One of
best
my
One time, yeah.
one of my little white neighbors, bro, was actually trying to goddamn offer herself and her daughter up to me, bro, in a white neighborhood.
Yeah.
So,
I believe
yeah,
it.
it's
White
going down
girls-
out here.
White girls and white women get it first. They know what's getting ready to happen, man. They're looking for chairs. Okay.
But I mean,
If
who are these dudes? Who are these? I'm like telling you, some of these don't need to be taking them nowhere. Either we fucking or I see you tomorrow, dude.
What's going on? The thing is that they want what they can't, what they used to be able to get, what they can't get now, which is love.
I mean, god damn.
That's
I mean, they threw that shit away.
What young guys are looking for is love and care, and they're not getting it. Okay, there's sex out there, but things that's not what they want. It's becoming what is it, transactional now, and most guys are not built for transactional sex. Dre, you know what the game is because you've been doing this a long time, right? Most guys.
What about me, BGS?
Huh?
What about me, BGS?
Well, I don't think you've been a cis for far too long, sir. You've been a cis for far too long, sir. I'm sure you get those offers. You just turn them down, Charles. You don't take them.
Yes. I give up all the big girls to Dre so he can live.
What I'm saying, Charles, you've been around for so long, you can tell when it's transactional. That's not what you want because you can get better for and have her pay. So why would you pay? It doesn't make sense to you, right?
I'm like a white woman on Sundays. All I do is click coupons.
Yeah. The thing is the reason that somebody like me will do transactional because I don't want to date you. Okay. I don't want the emotional burden of you. Okay. Here's your little money. Give me my hour or two. Okay, be on your way. Okay. Don't call me tomorrow saying that you're having problems with your water bill or something like that. I don't want to hear that shit. Right.
Wrong guy.
Yeah. I'm the wrong guy.
But PGS,
I'm too old for that shit.
They want to be around you. It ain't even that. The fact is, it's like they even like, well, look, when can I just be around you?
They want security. Okay, if you're there, it's okay. You got to remember, Dre. It's not just money with you, right? You can fix shit. You can do shit. You know people, right? So it's a whole package. I say, look at your whole portfolio, right? Okay, what you offer, and a woman will actually look for pieces of that portfolio. Okay, he can fix shit. He can get me a job. He's got money. Okay. He got whatever. He can protect me. All that shit counts. Right? That's true. All that shit counts. Okay.
You said what now? What did you say, Joe?
He beats ass.
Nasty. Oh yeah, I beat ass. I don't. Wait. I have. Wait. Karen called the police on me today. I have not. Just give an example. I did not. I had the police call on me in the last 2 weeks about 6 times, but that's not my. I'm in
because you're in an environment that you're not supposed to be in.
Yeah, remember I'm doing property management now.
Okay, so now a black guy wandering around in an area, especially in Cleveland.
Yeah, like literally, I had a Willowick on me today, and after that they did all that crap, and after the day, it's like the woman came. She was, and what's so bad is the white woman was a heroin addict, and that goes to show. I'm like, wait a minute, I got paperwork.
She's white.
You on the phone talking
She's
to
white.
my people. How the fuck this heroin addict got more?
She white.
White makes right, bro.
I know.
She's white.
Yeah.
Why you asking? Okay, she's white.
But she sits up there and she does her little thing and all that shit, and I'm like, oh, I'm calm. I hate to say it, I didn't interact with the police so many times in the last 2 weeks.
If you're doing that, when the cop walks up to you, have him make a note about you. Okay, so the next cops will have information. Okay,
but this is the problem. I've got 5 times, but it's been 4 different cities, so that's a bad thing.
Yeah, every Charles can tell you, every time a cop stops you or something like that, you're gonna be back to that same location. Have him make a note and put you in his notes. Okay.
Hey, you want to know what? Them cops came out there. Them cops came out there because they heard you was eating ass, bro. It was all over, bro. They need to lock you up, nigga. Bro.
But Charles will tell you that the cops know,
only pussy, not ass.
And the next cop would actually refer to the notes of the last cop, right?
Well,
So
the dispatch will pretty much, they have a listing. Every time you call to a certain area, it's going to pop up.
Yeah. So the notes will pop up. Dre, he's been there the last 3 times. He's been noted the last 3 times, so he's cool. The cops will let you go.
Like matter of fact, you my friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
Look at that. Remember, I put one of the videos on Facebook.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to be doing this, right, you're going to interact with the cops. Have the cops say, "Hey, man, write this down, who I am, and put it in your notes." Okay.
You need some damn cards made.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I have business cards, but I don't have.
Or ask for the cops card. So when if somebody else stops, you say, "Hey, I've been stopped for the same thing, and here's the cops card to stop me." Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna.
You never know. You might make a friend, man. I'm just gonna throw this out here. It's always good to have a cops card in your back pocket in case any fuck shit happens.
Plus, you don't want to be guilty of ass eating.
I remember one time, man.
It's all over there.
I remember one time I had a fishing ticket, right? And the same cop stopped me for the same thing, right? And the partner said, "Well, you got this, I got that." I said, "Hey, but your buddy just stopped me for the same shit, right?" So the proof said, gave him the ticket. Said, "Did you just stop this man for the same thing twice?" Well, I don't remember. He showed him the
Sure
ticket.
you don't.
Oh, okay. He said he turned all beet red.
I'm pissed.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, this smart ass motherfucker. Yeah, but thing is, if you're gonna be doing this, get cards and basically take the cop's card too. Hey.
Yeah, I tried. I tried. Like you heard me ask him for the card and stuff like that in the video. But I tell him, I hate to say, I sit up here and I say, God, dog, these Karens is getting on my damn nerves. And I know I was sitting there to, like, when I was talking to him today, if you saw what I went through today, you'd have been proud of me. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't move my hand. I was really talking you'd have been proud. You'd be like, oh shit, Judge getting it under control. Cause I would love to, me, I love to throw insults and names.
Yeah, well, you can't, but things ask for more money.
Oh yeah.
Ask for more money. Hey, I got the cops on my ass. This white neighborhood, they need more money.
But the only problem is I think that the problem with them knowing that I've been getting harassed by the cops, a lot of them, they're trying to shield me now. And I told them, I said, I've been a black man for 45 years. This is normal for a black man. But, they're like, with me being a good manager, I think that I'm going to end up losing my job because they don't want to put me in danger, and they see how racist people are acting. Because I think that a lot of my, they're worried about that.
The wrong cop on the wrong day because he just caught his wife with a black dude with a 10-inch dick in his wife. Yeah, it could happen.
Now
that's it. It's over.
Right. Look, if you
I just caught my wife with a black dude that looked just like you.
Exactly.
I mean, it wasn't me, because
is your name Ray Ray?
It wasn't me.
Well, he's in the Ray Ray reserves, the Pookie National Guard.
I am in full transition to educated lane.
Yeah. Well, your past will be with you always, sir.
No. Because if you care about me, my past shouldn't matter.
Okay.
Ask them 2 women on your couch, man. They see educated lame or Ray Ray.
I have no idea. Look, dude.
You know exactly.
Yes, you do. Yes, you did. They saw Ray Ray. They didn't see educated lame.
No, I have. I'm just look. All right, look, man. I'm just about to be.
I'm
Look,
searching for words.
with you guys, I have. Look. I am a total lame. I lie about getting women. All of my stories are made up.
Hey, Dre, they walk up to you. Smell like Ray Ray to me, sir.
You know,
That's right.
All of my stories. Look. I have never. Look. I'm gonna let you know. I have not. I don't get women like that.
You actually show a picture of you hurting this laying next to you. You woke up. What the hell are you talking to? Get out. Yeah, we heard they say, get out the phone, Dre.
That's the bad thing about being on too many panels. I can't remember all these names.
Yeah, get out.
Save myself if I wanted to.
Yeah, she's trying to get you. Yeah, she's trying to get me off the stream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I did do that one day, didn't I?
Is he under 250?
Yeah. And Charles was the reasons that we have Candygram in the space now.
You don't follow Candygram. Candygram falls on you.
Candygram from Mongo.
Oh, I thought we were lame.
And Charles would disappear for like 2 hours. He come back on the stream.
No, he come back snoring.
No, he come back on the stream 2 hours later. Oh, you had to handle that, huh? Well,
fall asleep real hard.
Oh yeah. He didn't want to miss nothing.
Candygram from Mongo.
Nope, it's more like, Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day.
Something like that.
But I thought we were lame over here that never got laid.
No, man.
Hey man, I'm a confirmed incel as far as I know, so we're good. We're good over here.
We understand. You get some fat white women on a waterbed mattress.
They stop selling air mattresses or what, man? What happened?
Oh no!
All he needs is that truck stop fat white girl with the kids.
No, he don't mess with fat white. No, he don't need to mess with white.
That's illegal.
He got designated stops. No lot lizards for
He's the lot lizard lord, man.
He might take a percentage, but by getting another trucker involved, but he's not gonna. He don't mess with lot lizards.
Oh no!
In other words, hey,
I don't have any stocks in air mattresses these days, man. Everything's looking good, man. Everything's looking good.
That's because your ass don't wait.
There's no baby mamas anywhere, man.
No baby mamas and no air mattresses.
No, he on the damn phone.
Very good.
I remember the first time I talked to him about that. He said, "Wait a minute, BGS."
On them phone mattresses.
I don't like baby moms. Why you fucking them? Wait, hold on, BGS.
Hold up, man.
Hold up, man.
Stop doing that, man.
Wait. That's too far now.
Bad practice.
I buy bridges, but not ones that are that long. Like, man, no, bro.
Hold on. They have their uses. Okay.
This nigga like, wait a minute.
Y'all gonna get me caught up because her daughter is upstairs and we sitting here having this conversation.
Nobody don't hit her daughter. Well, I don't know if she's of age. Anyway, don't listen to me.
If she's up, how is the daughter?
No. This is the chick. Matter of fact, this is my ex who I was with all that time. We working on that. Her daughter.
Okay. You have some kind. You do have standards, right?
Of course.
Good for you, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
I say something. My lowest age is like 27. I hate to say something. This is my problem. My as you go, my patience is like non-existent at all. Mm-hmm. And this is my problem. You already know I love to hurt motherfuckers' feelings when they get on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Like period. Like my cousin caught me that time when that one time I admit a couple of weeks ago with the cops and they was acting a fool. Oh my gosh! I called them cops every type of they profiled me. So my cousin was there, and after all that crap, I made every derogatory thing I could say about it. I ain't gonna lie, they probably would have wanted to pull out a gun and shoot me, but it was too many witnesses.
Damn, what you called him, a Dre?
Oh yeah, I did. I hate to say. I thought, oh yeah, so what? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the same thing that they've been telling me all the time. Go ahead and run your thing. This is what's gonna come up. They're gonna say they're not gonna want me. You can't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now what? You can't do shit. Now what? It keeps coming up. They can't clear the shit off the record. Don't ask me why, because it keeps coming up. But what do? You keep checking it. I said, here's the question. This woman is 60-something years old driving this car. What the fuck you doing running me? I said, but go ahead and just say, I said, man, I didn't even give you credit. I said, you hunkies just mad because it was a nigga passenger seat. Go ahead and say it. I said, I know I used to deal with you crackers all the time. And I said, y'all ain't shit without your guns or numbers. And it was a lot of white people standing around too. So that's why I said, and I deal with you what? I grew up when I used to be the only black person, and I hate to say something, even though y'all motherfuckers got guns now, I still ain't scared because you put the gun down, I beat your fucking ass. I mean, like literally, the white people's just standing around looking like, yes, I've dealt with you racist people all the time. You're probably mad because your dick is too little. Like literally,
you open up the both barrels.
Oh no, but this is the problem. Don't get me an audience because I'm like, well, fine. Because remember, I told you I'll take one for the team. Like certain people don't realize sometimes you need to do something, and it's called what I call it is if you die on that cross and take one for the team, you really need to expose the shit. And I told him, I said, this is what it is. You already know. Now you ain't got shit. Now what? Now what? Go ahead and find something else. Well, whose car is that you drive? Motherfucker, you know whose car it is because you ran the name over it.
Yeah, you ran it already.
Now what? Now what? I said, now what? What? Just go ahead and say your dick little, ain't it? But I said, Joe, you want to have a dick measuring contest right now? We can put it out right now. See who got the literally when you say, especially
so how red did he turn?
Oh, he got pissed. He was pissed. I said that it was two women cops too. So you know,
and they probably started laughing when you said it too.
Nah, they're just like, you know what? Just go on, sir. I'm like, no, motherfucker, stay here and talk some more. I said, no, nigga, don't run off. Come on. I want you to call all the other cops down here so they can hear this conversation.
Yeah,
my cousin, she just got in the car. She was just like, I said, this woman damn near 63 years old. What the fuck you doing running the passenger? Because they're not supposed to run the passenger.
No, they're not. But they recognize you.
No, they recognize an asshole when it is. I mean,
that's what they recognize you. Oh, we heard about him.
No, I was actually in a different city. I was actually in Winsburg at the time. I was in Denton County.
Okay.
Yeah, I told him. I said, "This is the problem. Is you already know what the fuck you was doing. You just saw a nigga. Oh well, the windows are tinted. Motherfucker, you know black people when you see them going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, I told
on
him.
On that note, about to shut the screen down.
All right. Closing thoughts. Finish up, Dre. Land the plane, Dre.
Yeah, but I was nice when my little cousin was in the car. But once I got out the car and they got me back to their car, that's when I was talking shit. Because I would never do that with him and jeopardize him.
All right.
Move. Go ahead.
Closing thoughts, folks. Dre, he's got to go.
Good night, you guys. I hope you guys stay safe and stay blessed out here and everything. It was a good show. Be back again, AB. Stay blessed, BGS. Deuces, everybody.
All right. My closing thought is donate to AB's Cash App. You guys got a lot of game tonight. In fact, I didn't get a 202 call, but I did get a call.
571?
No.
571 202.
No, it wasn't a 202 call this time. It's random.
Okay.
Yeah, we just going to end this show real quick because AB got to go ahead and relax a little bit, take his mind off something. So I already know.
Well, at least he put a battery in the goddamn smoke detector. You got to move out of his girl's house, man. AB and his baby mama's house.
Man. That was 2 months ago now.
I know. Okay.
I forgot about that.
Baby mama kicked you out, huh? Okay.
Damn.
Anyway, all right, y'all. Peace out.
All right, have a good night.
All right, y'all have a good night. Any more closing thoughts before I shut this out? Okay. Thank y'all for coming. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.